Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live on a wonderful Monday. I hope everybody's kicking off their week right. And if you're not, we got the solution for you now. We have the Wrestling for Life Network. We have another live stream. We have Monday Night Raw kicking off another week in wrestling. Lots to talk about, lots to get into. We were living the dream last night. Now we're going on the Fastlane this week. We got so much to get into. So strap in, strap on, grab your snacks. Grab your feel good, put a smile on your face. We got all the action we got all the action and all the reaction. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live. We are live, folks. Like I said, it's a wonderful Monday. We're kicking off another week. You've got Monday in the books. Monday Seniors coming tomorrow, but we'll get into that later. We got Monday Night Raw on tap tonight. Lots of action. Lots of matches have been announced. The contract signing will happen as well. But the world's talking about Adam Copeland, and we'll talk about that a lot tonight, I imagine. And we'll get into the kerfuffle that is the internet. I see it in the chat already. But, folks, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We are the channel that watches more live wrestling than any other channel out there, growing at a pace that we can't even imagine. And we thank you for joining us. I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. And that is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I am Big Nick, and on this day, I see clearly.
Yeah, we weren't sure. You might see foggy, you might see clearly, but a crazy
something pretty big happened last night, huh?
Yeah, it was a little big. It was a little big, and I mean, I know some people have played it down, and there's debates, and the tribalism has come out in full effect today.
You're seeing the acronym addicts come out of the fucking woodwork, 100%.
Oh my God, acronym addicts! I like that one. But listen, it was a big moment, and I watched the media scrum last night, and I will say this about everything that happened. When I see genuine, pure joy on somebody's face, I'm all for it. That's what you're supposed to do in life. He made a decision that made him happy. Doesn't matter what the fuck we think. Doesn't matter what anybody thinks out there. He was genuinely happy. And if you haven't seen the media scrum, I recommend go see it, because I know there's some like ill-fated fans here that, oh, I can't believe you did this. But there's a whole lot of reasons that went into this. And it was a big moment. It's a good moment for AEW. The question always becomes, now what do they do? Do they harness it? We've seen big moments before that haven't led to much, Nick. So we will see.
I think it's a great moment in pro wrestling just across the board. That's the thing. To quote The Rock, at this point, if you don't like what happened last night, you are an asshole. You are an asshole.
Yeah.
Because honestly, how can you be upset at that? I think I 100% admit I was wrong. I thought there was no way this man was going. I thought he was done. He didn't want anything to do anymore. But it turns out, I think, like you said with the media scrum, he was extremely, genuinely happy. And everybody around there seemed genuinely happy for him.
Yeah, and again, that's what I thought. Like, that's what I took away from it. And his explanation made complete sense. And you and I talked about this on many occasions leading up to it. There was two mindsets on this channel. One, he felt like a WWE for lifer. But two was he was in a diminished role. He wasn't going to be the Edge of old in WWE. And right out of the gate, him and Tony explained he's full-time. We're going to see him Wednesday. We're going to see him Saturday. We're going to see him next Tuesday. Like, this is Edge in a role that he wouldn't be able to have in the previous company. Under that guy, it makes sense.
Well, 100%. That's what I was saying. I was thinking of, like, if you really read between the lines of what he was saying, he literally first thing he said is, I want to contribute. Yes. And then he mentions about, I'm going to be here every week instead of once every 3 months. He really wants to be involved. We thought that it was more of, he kind of just felt like he was done. He had accomplished everything, but it seems it was very much more, he had just accomplished everything that he could do in WWE. They weren't going to use him in a role still frequently on TV. They still weren't going to use him in a role to where I think he's allegedly also going to help backstage and be involved with storylines and a bit of creative and everything as well. So he went to the other option, and I'm glad that there's an alternative like that. And I think it's going to be really interesting because I think this is their biggest signing to date, outside of maybe Phil Brooks. But
what is Punk a bigger signing? I mean, because he came out of the retirement and such?
Because it was pulling him out of 7 years versus him being a current active.
Yeah.
I could see that, but I also think Punk's a lightning rod no matter what. This is really we're going to find out the truth behind, I guess, the AEW locker room, is if it's really cantankerous back there, or if someone like Edge is back there, and I can still call him Edge because MJF screwed up and called him Edge.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome.
And Tony almost had a heart attack.
Hey.
Right.
Welcome, by the way, to the folks. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. We'll get back into it, but I wanted to say hello to the chat. I see it filling up. Almost 30 people here already tonight. We eclipsed 100 last night live. The channel is growing by the minute, like I said. What a fun night we had, and we appreciate a lot of the fans, or all of the fans, to be honest. A lot of them. Some, maybe not.
Yeah, man. Some more than others. Some more than others.
Right, but thank you for being here again. Again, get in that chat. Hit like, hit subscribe, become a member, be a for lifey. You get little stickers. It's cute. We're working on some members only content, but there is definitely more coming your way. And I see that up on the screen. That was announced during the media scrum.
Right. And also 100% everything that you guys send our way goes back in the channel, much like we sent. And now I'm almost jealous that we had tickets and we gave them away to WrestleDream. We could have sat there and been there live for when Edge debuted. But no,
yeah, what a fucking
pass that around.
Again, you know, it's our first ever ticket giveaway, and the gentleman Carson, who won the tickets, I mean, big shout out to him. He gets to go to what ends up being a very good show, or a pretty good show, and a huge moment.
A historic moment in pro wrestling history.
Ironically, 5 minutes ago, I was watching the Edge return to WWE, and what an epic moment that was.
I was catching up on the media scrum because I missed it last night because man's got to sleep at some points. But Alexis bringing up how Edge's first match is AEW's versus Luchasaurus, fitting that it's when they go head to head with NXT.
It'll be interesting.
Could we see Becky versus Jade the same time we see Adam Copeland debut? And by the way, what are the odds that whoever it was that works for WWE that let the trademark pass on Rated R is future endeavored?
I don't know, because again, I think it's one of those things of like, they're like, where the, you know, like, I don't know how much they
thought they had him so in the bag that he was never going to use that.
Yeah. And again, so I think it's important during this pre-show here, before we kick off Raw tonight. I mean, there's some fallacies and some misnomers and some bullshit out there that I think is worth addressing and knocking down. Of the people that brought up Edge should be removed from WWE Hall of Fame should shut up and go away.
Oh, you mean Jobber Nations, whatever their Twitter handle is? Yeah, they're a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah, keep your fucking opinion to yourself. It's stupid.
You are an asshole.
Yeah,
you are an asshole.
Dumb shit. Why does it, like, you know, if you know, Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay, oh, he's not a Hall of Famer anymore, he changed teams. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Got to give up all his Super Bowl rings from when he was with the Patriots.
He cheated to get them anyway.
Yeah.
But I mean, that to me is ridiculous. I have no ill will as a wrestling fan. And today, when I was watching kind of Twitter blow up at each other, I kind of just stepped back. And usually I get kind of heated about, like, oh my God, I can't believe these people. And then at the same time, I was just like, you know what? I give up. You know what we do here? We are the Wrestling Utopia. If you can't be a wrestling fan and appreciate it, I hope more people. I hope Wardlow jumps ship. I hope MJF jumps ship. I hope fucking people from the WWE jump ship, because it's exciting. It's good for business. I like trades. I like free agency. I like all that buzz.
That's the only time some people pay attention to sports. And even then, the entire fucking Twitter right now is talking about pro wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why not just embrace that? Hey, pro wrestling's starting to get back to being relevant beyond just our little bubble here.
You see it trending. Fucking Alter Bridge was trending on Twitter last night for probably the first time ever. Like, ever. And I know a lot of people, like you and I talked about it, and I think even before, if we go back through our recordings, You know, we said that like he's friends with Alter Bridge. He's been like, if you ask Edge, who's your favorite band? He says Alter Bridge. He's probably one of the only people on the planet that say that. Actually, I did see AEW Shill on his post show say that. Oh, Alter Bridge is my favorite band. Fuck
I
off.
mean, I can't talk because I big up Creed, so I can't really talk too much.
But at the end of the day, it was a good moment. And again, as a nitpicky critic of wrestling, there are things that could have been better. However, when you heard "You Think You Know Me" and that screen popped up and the smoke hit, it was huge. We both popped. We put our opinions aside because it was just a cool thing that happened.
Oh, absolutely. And I was going to say, well, by the way, go and show some love to Live Reaction Empire because they actually used our reaction to that and everything in their little clip video and everything. But yeah, now I'm even thinking about it, looking back on it, because they're going with the rated R superstar.
Surprising.
Right. Well, like I said, whoever let that trademark lapse is probably future endeavored.
He probably doesn't work there anymore anyway.
Yeah. Very true. Very true.
Right.
But as soon as they had like your feature presentation and everything, and it was still even, you could see how excited he was when he was talking about filming the little vignette for his little entrance and everything, and how he's almost 50 years old and he's giddy like a schoolgirl.
Well, sorry, Nick, but that to me speaks to, again, the different elements of each company where, yeah, if Edge signed back with WWE, he'd do stuff. He'd have some creative opinions. They probably value his opinion. But he wouldn't be out on a highway. It would be some video crew out on the highway making his vignette for him. And then he'd just show up and it would be done. He was hands-on, a part of it, him and Darby Allin. Imagine walking into like a McDonald's and there's Darby Allin and Edge standing there. And Edge is like, shh.
That's the thing. When he told the story, he's just sitting there getting a burger and he's just like, shh.
Right.
But the same people that say, oh, we get too many repetitive storylines. I'm sick and tired of seeing so-and-so on my screen on this show, on that show, what have you. Are the same people that get up in arms and raise the pitchforks and the torches the second somebody goes from one company to another, which then, hey, guess what? We get new fucking matchups. We're going to see. It's so funny when he's naming off like Samoa Joe and Claudio, like ex-WWE guys. And I'm like, wait, yeah, he really did never actually, to my knowledge, get in the ring with Joe. He was never in the ring with Claudio because when Claudio was doing his thing, he was out.
Yeah. I mean, I was even surprised that he had never been in the same ring as Sting until last night.
Well, WCW. So
yeah, but then again with the crossover, I was like, oh yeah, because they, ships passing in the night. So at the end of the day,
Kenny Omega, he just met Kenny Omega that night.
And again, fans, I mean, at times I feel I've been hard on like the AEW diehards because they seem a little more volatile at times and a little more passionate about their hate. But now the other side's coming out, and you can't have it both ways. If you're thrilled about Jade signing or thrilled about the potential of someone else signing, you also can't, again, you're bummed out. Shit, we lost a good guy. But you also got to watch the circle of life. And again, Edge had run his course in WWE. What was he going to really do? Is he going to come back and be the champion again? Maybe not.
That was part of why we thought or especially I thought he wasn't going to come up and show up anywhere, because it's like, we felt like, or at least I felt like, what did he have left to do? He wasn't going to do anything else in WWE, so just we're done, we'll pack it in. 100%. Yeah, so we've taken our digs before at the AEW shows, now the WWE bots and the shows and everything. Now it's your turn to get taken to task here.
Yeah, kiss my ass.
Right, like Tony says, why can't we be friends?
Right.
Tim, what up? Andy, what up? And new reigning defending predictions champion, Richard Martinez. So see, we still have not had a consecutive retaining champion.
It's true. It's damn true. It's a hard belt to retain, and Richard will defend his belt at Fastlane on Saturday. So we're looking forward to that. It's going to be a fun one. Another big night, another pay-per-view. Now I will say this: the Edge moment last night was big. It was a big pop. Brian and Zack Sabre Jr. were outstanding. Paige and Swerve were outstanding. People running around saying that was one of the best pay-per-views in history. You're blowing my mind.
You're carried by a moment. 100%. 100%. That's exactly where my brain went. And I was like, I almost got there unintentionally. But Richard, I haven't seen that with Becky. I know she had stitches on her forearm because of the match with Tiff, but
was it reported that?
Yeah, no, that
still advertised.
What? Sorry,
right. I was just asking. Is it reported? Because the last I saw, they were going to hold on.
I still have on WWE's website Tegan Knox to challenge Becky Lynch for the NXT Women's Championship, but then again, WWE is known to lie. Looking at you, Vince McMahon. But yeah, that was, I would say, if you take the Edge moment separately out of that,
yes,
No Mercy beats WrestleDream as a better show, as a better pay-per-view. It was far too long, and we even talked about this on stream and why there was no big long post show or everything, because it literally started in one day and ended in another day.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And I know I saw some people out there like, oh, I can't believe fans are complaining about the show's too long. It is, and again, there was stuff in there that it weakens the product, and that's the problem, right? It's no different than anything else. You know, I maybe you download an album nowadays, I suppose.
Is that still a thing? Is Napster
right.
still a thing? Is Livewire still going?
Right. But you remember, like, the good albums you could just let play. The other albums you had to skip through 2 or 3 shit tracks to get to the ones you liked, and that's what last night felt like for me. And what stopped it from being like that could have been an 8 out of 10, a 9 out of 10, a 10 out of 10. I just feel like the other stuff distracts from what I really love.
He managed to fit a whole week's worth of TV and a pay-per-view on it in one night. The man who says he can't fit everybody on TV, it's because you do it as a whole. You do a week's worth of TV for a fucking pay-per-view. And that's the thing, though, too, is we saw a lot of those matches that were sloppy jalopy, that were visible botches, that were, obvious missed moments, missed marks. And it's because, and those were matches that honestly didn't need to be there. You could just save those for TV.
100%.
And it's a bit more, you're more forgiving for a TV match that has something like that than a pay-per-view match.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, things happen. And again, the botches are what they are. It's hard to do what you do, but they become so relevant when you get a running tally of them on a show, and then you force certain members of your fan base to, well, that was the best. Like, okay, what about this match? Oh, it was a great match. Great. And you're like, but was it? And actually, your guy, MJF, sits down and says, I think we have the best wrestling roster in the history of wrestling. And that
I saw that, and I can actually halfway justify what he said, because on paper they have a fucking phenomenal roster. It is not executed worth the shit. You can have a fucking great roster on a team, but if you can't fucking fill out the depth chart properly, you don't put your X receiver instead of a Y receiver and shit like that, you're fucking the whole system up.
That's a valid point, but I will say, to say in history there, I mean, we had some stacked rosters where you look up and down the years of Taker, Rock, Stone Cold, a collection of phenomenal wrestlers. And again, that's going to be a generational debate and an exposure debate for sure.
Yeah, to me that's more of a generational thing than anything. It's not, I don't think it was taken as a slight. I think it was more of, MJF has far and away become, he is the company guy. He is somehow the John Cena of AEW.
It's fucking crazy. But I will say this, folks, and I saw people kind of respond to that today as well. Like, how dare he? He's the captain of the team. Like, when you pick any fucking sports team right now and interview their captain, they could be in 30th right now, and they're like, oh, we got a really solid squad. Like, we're great. We're awesome. We just,
all we got to do is, work hard in practice, get a few things buttoned up.
Right. So what do you expect MJF to sit down and go, I really like our company. If only we were as good as the other one. No, he's got to sell.
Now, side theory is shout out Pugsley here saying, I actually enjoyed seeing Adam giggle every minute during the media scrum. Yeah, that man's face lit up more than I've seen it happen in the past year in a WWE ring.
The word free he used, and I get it, because now he is.
Everybody jumped on that though.
But he's not wrong, because he's going from a free-flowing system, whether we love it or hate it, from what is a very corporate structured system. Like I said, would the WWE let Adam Copeland Edge out on the highway in Seattle holding on to fucking Darby's pants while they're trying to get fucking shots with his phone for a package. No, they got a crew that's going to do that. So again,
absolutely.
It definitely reinvigorated him, and he was over the moon thrilled, Nick.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, by the way, shout out to everybody. I was clicking through comments while you were talking because we got so many people popping off. I can't say hi to everybody. That's why we got the super chats, super stickers. Richard saying SRS reported the Becky injury, so I'll have to look into that. Gabriel, what up? What do you think of Finn, etc. will do tonight? I think we're going to set up a tag team match between Cody and Jay at Fastlane with Finn and Damian. Brother Fluff saying, I fell asleep before. I've heard that they're supposed to have a title defense there, and I think that there's no other team for them to go against because I do think we are setting up a War Games between Judgment Day and Team Can't Beat Roman.
I love that this Team Can't Beat Roman. It's fucking hilarious.
Absolutely.
But yeah, and I mean, to Brother Fluff's comment, yeah, I feel like, dude, if they had done the Edge moment, like, because at the end of that show, I mean, you and I were both like, can this just end? Like, I'm tired of false finishes.
Our whole team has been wrecked all day. Of you and I were both here live, just barely getting any sleep. Anthony was all upset because he missed it because he fell asleep like Brother Fluff here. I keep wanting to say Brother Love. Yeah. And then Luna was out here bawling her eyes out and said she'd only got 3 hours of sleep because she was so excited about it. So yeah, that's the thing. That this whole pay-per-view, especially going on, that whole moment taken till midnight, and you had the Edge tease, you had this tease, you built up to it so fucking long that it kind of like, as great as it was, I feel like you overstayed your welcome just a hair.
Again, yeah, and I think we've already kind of went down the path of just quality over quantity.
Right.
What's up, Blunt Man and Chronic?
The facts. But I was gonna mention real quick because we're about like 7 minutes away from Raw kicking off. Do you think that part of now with MJF being the captain of AEW, the babyface turn was not only warranted but needed, because you can't really have your top draw, your guy that's supposed to be your locker room captain, out there saying, "Fire me, you fucking mark," and talking about how he can't wait till he goes to WWE in 2024.
The second part of that, yes, you can't do that. Could he be kind of miserable but still kind of abruptly more arrogant about like his opinions of his own company? 100%. And like I said, I mean, if Tony doesn't have this guy locked up to a multi-year deal now, it's very, very silly. Because if you're risking playing, even with Tony said it about Jade, we thought she was coming back. We were negotiating. She asked for a number.
I offered her more money than she even asked for.
Right, and she still left. So this is what we're going to see in a lot of cases. Does he have to be a babyface to do it? No. I will quickly say that I truly think that Christian Cage is on the next level in the heel realm. Even
so they lost their grandfather.
Yeah, this guy is an absolute beauty. Like, he's got it dialed in.
It's so crazy to still look at now, though, the wrestling that we grew up with, that literally is our heyday.
Yeah.
Granted, it's all in AW a bit, but Edge and Christian and Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy in the same company again. We just had the Dudley Boys reunite like a week or so ago. And we have Billy Gunn, who still looks like he could fucking challenge for a title. Jericho still in his head thinks he can challenge for a title. It's insanity right now.
Yeah, sorry. We got about 6 minutes, but you said a name that made me.
I was going to say, brought back bad flashbacks from WrestleDream. That was the Wrestle Nightmare last night.
We're going to get more Kenny and Jericho, which it's funny. There's times where I don't know if it's just me, but Kenny almost looks like, can I go now? Like during the media scrum, like Jericho's talking away and Kenny's just like, oh, this fucking guy. But they have trademarked, like Jericho walks into the media scrum before anybody asks a question and goes, yeah, we trademarked the Golden Jets. The Golden Jets, yeah. Right, playing off Bobby Hall, playing off Winnipeg Jets, but now they are the Golden Jets.
Right, and just like you said, unprovoked, he just throws that out there. It's like, I've been waiting for this.
Oh yeah, Copeland's here. I got big news too, guys.
Right. Let's not. We're going to talk about him. We're going to talk about me too, right?
Right? Don't forget about me.
You know, I'm another Canadian too. I'm another WWE legend from Canada too.
Yeah.
The Hardys are spent. They need to go away.
I agree.
Don't believe MJF. He's the devil. He's the devil.
He knows how to play.
I'm gonna say it. Tony Khan said. He said
yeah.
MJF is the devil.
Mm-hmm.
You guys did polls, and your audience by and large enjoyed AW. You have more folks that like the shows than opposed than not. The polls don't lie.
The polls do give it a picture, Gilly, but you got to keep in mind when 200 people answer a poll and, you know, well over 2,500 people watch the show, it's only, again, it's kind of what we get caught up with the internet. 7%. It's a small bubble. Yeah, a lot of people thought it was a 10.
Well, does the Adam Copeland moment sway it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you get caught up in, oh my God, but when you break the show down, it wasn't the it wasn't my favorite pay-per-view of the year. It wasn't my favorite pay-per-view of the decade.
We're giving you our rating. We asked you guys your rating. We're giving our rating.
Yeah, and I actually enjoyed from start to finish what I got in the ring more from NXT than I did from, I said AEW had the biggest moment of the weekend. NXT had the better show of the weekend.
Yes, absolutely. Swerve got a bunch of love yesterday. He deserves all of it. Absolutely. And even Edge name dropped Swerve. Saying he's a guy that he could go against.
A lot of people did. He's getting his grind. He's getting
I'm waiting. Flowers. Oh, well, yeah, Swerve 100% is finally getting the flowers he deserves. But now I'm waiting for when we get an Adam Copeland MJF feud.
Yeah, I don't know, because right now, obviously, we're heading towards.
I think it'll be a minute, but yeah.
Yeah, they're heading towards Edge. Like, again, I'm a little critical of being like, really, your first match is going to be Luchasaurus. We didn't have anyone else waiting in the wings, but I get it. I think actually Edge could really help a Luchasaurus, to be honest. Hey, man, we're going to get the mask off you, and this is how you're going to be a better wrestler.
He's just going to bring back matches when he wrestled Kane.
Yeah.
And just be like, this is what he did. I wrestled Taker how many times?
Yeah.
This is how a big guy like you, who's athletic like him, can get over. And you don't look, you know, you still look intimidating and everything. If you take a bump or take a move, you take a loss.
Yeah. Well, one of my favorite comments of the whole thing, Nick, was Darby's when Edge said, "Don't worry, I'm not one of those, you know, in my time guys." He's like, in your time, you were going through flaming tables. So I hope the people in AEW listen. I hope the younger talent listen. I really do think the only problem holding AEW back at times is the Cucamonga crew, the guerrilla camp that just won't.
The PWG camp.
Yeah, the PWG camp, the guerrilla folk. Like, get the mask off your announcer. Get the Bucks into something that matters. Stop repeating the same matches with the Bucks. Let Kenny stand out as a single star. I just think that initial collective, fuck the Dark Order. Get rid of them. You know, there's options here. Oh, I'm getting the aggressive warning, by the way.
Fair enough. I'm getting an ad for Chucky. But Keep It Blaze saying, hey guys, what's up? I'm going to SmackDown in St. Louis on Friday. Let's go. Let's go, my guy.
Say hi to CJ for us. But then I'm
nowhere near there. I am nowhere near there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to kick this off. Get in that chat, load it up. Let us know how you're feeling tonight. Again, we're going to keep talking about Edge. We're going to keep talking about Adam Copeland. We're also going to talk about the fact that the NXT title should be on the line tonight. I haven't heard any contrary reports.
James, we're also going to talk about Sexton Hardcastle.
Sexton Hardcastle, which I still believe he should have came out as. It would have made me pop. But all that being said, folks, we got 3+ hours to go. Don't be shy. Don't be quiet. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. What do you got?
I have Together. I just got the end of Together. We're already brawling underway with Nia and Shayna going at it.
Okay.
WrestleDream was okay. Richard, I saw your comment about the Young Bucks getting 3 title opportunities. Maybe we'll touch on that in a commercial, but we're already starting off underway with Nia and Shayna here. Former tag team partners going at it now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, former tag team partners. So, folks,
former tag team champions.
Yeah, we're getting a ding on this one. If you guys want to get, or maybe we're not.
No, I haven't gotten it yet. We're in the ring, but we've still got refs trying to split them up. David's talking about going to the Dynamite and Casey. Hey, if you go to a live show 100%. Make sure you bring a sign, something, shout us out 100%. Send us pictures from the show, grab some merch and wear it to the show 100%. And we want to shout you guys out when you guys are out there watching the wrestling.
Who's Raquel coming out to talk to Nia? Why would you come out in that top? Like, is it going to hold up?
No, and I don't. You can have that. Not even what I'm mad at.
Oh, she kicks Shayna in the face.
Well, right now she's accidental boot into Shayna there. Is that syncing up?
We got more music.
We're gonna get a tag team match play out. Fatal 4-way, something.
She's back. She's back. Do you got
Rhea?
Okay, where are you at right now?
I just got Rhea double leg takedown onto Nia.
Shayna kicking Nia. Now, last time we had a kerfuffle like this, somebody got broke in the face.
Right.
So we're getting a tag match tonight.
What up? Yeah, something.
Well, Nia.
A tag team match play out. Holla, holla, holla.
Yeah, I feel like it.
Nia for the win. Curtis, we haven't gotten a commercial break countdown here yet.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting a Nia match, but it looks like we might get a tag match.
I like Tony saying here right there, though. I'm a big AW fan. That wasn't the best pay-per-view of the year. Yeah, it was the best moment, not the best show.
And listen, I will admit, like, they are on paper on a great run. Like, they did All Out, they did All In. And again, what we get to do here is be critics of it. No different than being a food critic.
Pump handle slammed a security. Riptide, sorry, actually.
Yeah, and the champ is back looking like a badass. Let's go.
When does she not?
Oh, wait, Shayna's still going after Nia.
Yeah, just fuck you, bitch.
There you go. When you talk about women's and women's division, I mean, again, opening the show with the ladies and not in something stupid, not in a shit match. It's something fun, something quality.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I will say this, though. Out of the 4 pay-per-view or pay-per-view-esque shows that we've had from AEW, I would probably go, honestly, I might go Grand Slam.
Oh, you're going to count Grand Slam as in the mix?
Well, I was going to say between Grand Slam, All In, WrestleDream, and All Out. Like, how do those line up?
See, I thought...
Rhea's got a mic.
All Out was a great Ring of Honor pay-per-view.
Yeah.
That's all.
And I'm going to stay in this ring. What?
Rhea's song is fire. So
she is 100% the goddamn leader of Judgment Day at this point, because she's even out here saying, Judgment Day, get out here. She is the tribal chief. She is the tribal mommy.
It's a tribal mommy. Oh, my God.
The gothic mommy.
Mm-hmm. Tonight, contract signing, Gunther and Ciampa for Fastlane. Does Gable work himself into this?
I don't know. Maybe like I said, maybe we let that kind of smolder. We let that simmer down on the back burner here a little bit before we retouch that. Because I still think Gunther versus Ciampa would be a fantastic match. Do I think Ciampa wins, though? I don't know.
That's another question. Seth to address final address to Fastlane. Interesting. Oh, Dom looks a little sad.
He's all shit. He's coming out with her belt on. You bitch made.
I lost my belt. I'll wear yours.
Right. He's literally that. Well, there was people that were saying after he lost his belt that he was going to get, he was going to, no one puts Dommy in a corner, that, he was going to have to take his little fucking lashings here because he fucked up.
Well,
how does she look way more fucking intimidating than Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio coming out right now?
Give some love to my guy Damian. He looks plenty intimidating.
He's the closest, but fucking Dom looks like he pissed himself.
Well, yeah, Dom looking a little, yeah. But
where's your bitch ass?
Going to our first commercial break of the night, folks. We are rolling through. The night starts off with a bunch of women in a brawl. I have a feeling we're going to get a tag match amongst those 4 women. I think Rhea's upset at the Judgment Day. They're not quite on a good roll right now.
And no Finn, and no JD.
No JD. What's the new nickname people have been giving JD? The fucking
Farquad.
But no, there was another one.
Fuckwad?
No, Pop. What do you call it? We'll come back.
Bobblehead.
Someone help me out here.
Curtis saying over under on
Funko Pop
makes it 12. What?
Funko Pop. JD McFunko Pop.
Oh, there we go. Fair enough. Yeah, he does kind of got that build. Danny, what up? Smile Mark, cheerio. Tony's taking the line at 11. So 12 commercial breaks, over under.
Can I take the push? I'll take 12.
You think 12? Oh, I'll take the under. I'm there with Tony. Even if it's 11, I still hit the under. That's a high line.
There it is. Thank you, C Money. Confirming.
JD McFunko Pop. There we go.
Yeah.
Y'all had a thing.
It made me laugh.
And it's so interesting, as ETD points out here, he used to hat the name Gunther, but we used to hate the name Gunther. We were on here on stream. I know I've been on here of just, it was fucking stupid. This is ridiculous. And now it's like, it's growing on you like fucking bad moss.
Well, you know what? Again, everything in time. And I think the people in WWE know that shit. Like, oh yeah, they're mad now. Like, they're mad Cody didn't win at Mania, or they don't like Gunther's name, or they don't like this booking. They'll get over it. They have a short-term memory. They'll be fine.
Oh, absolutely.
But I hated it.
Right. Gilly's out here. I actually tuned into Collision, then No Mercy. So I was doing with Sick Kids. I did go back and watch Ilya versus Carmelo and Becky versus Tiffany. The rest of the show I did bother watching. Fair enough, Gilly. We get that you are partial to AEW, and you're fully entitled to that. Yeah. We're fully entitled to our opinion as well. Daniel's sorry.
12%.
He's talking about 12. Go ahead. Sorry. He was talking about the number commercials. I guess so. We got a lot of people taking a push with you. Pause.
There you go. Would you say from start to finish, like NXT delivered a really good show? Like we both gave it a high rating. Start to finish, it was really solid. And the stuff that wasn't great was still really good.
I came back and wanted to give it a higher rating than what I gave it, which was already a high rating.
Fair enough. Point per
like I said, if you didn't have the moment that you had with WrestleDream, this isn't even a discussion, I would say. It might be kind of debatable, but NXT probably clearly wins out. The Adam Copeland moment is what could really kind of carry it, and that's fine. I mean, it's like watching a game and they have one good fucking highlight play, and you think it's the greatest game you've ever seen, versus you watch a good back and forth fucking close overtime decision.
Yeah, it's like when you see a guy run up his stats in a blowout, and you're like, oh, great, he had 4 touchdown receptions. Great. What did he do last week, this week, next week?
Right. Bermaniner. I hope I said that right, because that's a lot of like A's and
Bermanter.
I'm on too many vitamins to make sure I said that.
Terminator.
Right. We're just gonna go with let's go. As I'm in commercial break. Yeah, still Alexis, mommy on a warpath.
Yep.
According to SRS, Gunther's defending the belt tonight. Well, apparently SRS is reporting an entirely different show than what WWE's advertising.
Yeah, if that's accurate and that's what they're reporting, no, Gunther's scheduled to be in a contract signing with Ciampa. They just confirmed that.
Does he get twisted into a match, though? Like you talked about Gable getting involved. Does he get twisted into a match?
You can't. Well, then it would have to be, a throwaway match? Because it can't be Gable coming out. One more match before the pay-per-view was stupid.
If I win the match, I'm in the match at Fastlane. He wins the match by DQ, doesn't win the title. That's the only way. If it's a title defense, you make that work.
I would rather him beat Ciampa for that opportunity. I hate when champions lose those eliminator matches. Like, it bothers the fuck out of me.
Yeah, 100%. I challenge Ciampa for your opportunity.
Yeah.
Tony, he does have a big fucking head.
He does.
Dog walking him.
Yeah, we're back from commercial, and mommy is not happy.
Fair enough. I was at the pay-per-view yesterday when Edge was up in AEW. It was crazy. I'm sure it was.
What was it? Like, I mean, we saw it on TV, but I love those moments, those energized moments. It must have been amazing in the building.
Well, absolutely. Mommy gets taken out for 2 weeks. It has the Baltimore Orioles are in the playoffs. Terrence, don't fucking remind me that the Baltimore Orioles are in the playoffs and the fucking Yankees aren't.
Look, the biggest surprise with the Oreos this year, Oreos. I want to.
You can tell this man's got the munchies. The biggest surprise with the Oreos is that they're not in my mouth right now.
Right, I even heard that. But is the 100 wins? Like 100 wins.
Yeah, that's
they had a big season.
Right.
I still don't like them.
Yesterday was a 7 for me because fair enough. As Mommy's just going at both Damian and Dom here, but 100%. I know I've probably missed half a dozen comments, and we get talking about one and miss about 10 more. Well, we do have the super chats, the super stickers. If you want to make sure you stand up, you show up and show out, because that's what the show is about. If you want to make your big debut in the comments here, like Adam Copeland there, make sure you drop a super chat or anything like that. And 100%, like we said, everything goes back to where we can do the giveaways. We can do more streams. We can do more stuff with you guys.
Absolutely. What he said.
Shut up. Oh, and you weren't there to help him. So she's giving Damian shit because he wasn't there to help Dom.
Right? Perfect. Right? You let the
we have a Cody and a Jay situation.
Yeah, and you have the chicken shit heel get off and respond. It's not my fault. My crew didn't back me up.
But is this setting up Damian as a babyface turn of he leaves Judgment Day of I'm sick of this, I'm sick of you?
I felt for a long time that Damian was going to be the guy that leaves Judgment Day. I thought that Finn and Farquhar were going to hang around.
Yeah, I know I was against it, but I think I might be coming around to it a little bit. I mean, he was big over as a babyface when he had Bad Bunny as his sidekick.
True. You're not saying anything I don't already know.
Cody and Jay are coming for the title. So see, like I said, I think we're getting Cody and Jay versus Damian and Finn at Fastlane.
Could we get Cody versus... Oh, no, I think we might get Team Can't Beat Roman. I was going to say, do we get Cody versus Jay at Survivor Series, maybe?
No. What? As we're getting a Y chant, what?
Everybody was standing up.
But no, I think, we're getting Team Can't Beat Roman. I'll get the words out.
Going to the cantina.
Well, I was going to say, you saw everybody that took the vitamins. So we're going to get a War Games match between Judgment Day and Team Can't Beat Roman, I feel. I have my contract. What? I don't want to point fingers and start.
Oh, where's Dom's title?
Where's Dom's title?
Now look, this is a wicked look. The look on his face.
The look on her face even is like, motherfucker.
That's amazing. Where's Dom's belt, folks?
Bro, he look, especially with the black eye and everything. Like this kid looks like in the arms of an angel.
He looks like a teenager who's been grounded for getting in a fist fight and not doing well.
I'm your mommy, right? Pause.
What's the crowd chanting?
Yeah, what are they chanting?
Oh, he has a match against Trick.
In a rematch.
Did she say tomorrow?
Yeah, she said, and that makes you my poppy. So tomorrow night on NXT, you have a rematch versus Trick Williams. You're welcome.
Interesting.
If you don't win, then don't bother coming home. Leave now and never come back.
Oh, that's crazy. If you imagine, if
fucking,
you don't win,
scar mommy out here. So prepare for the chance of a lifetime.
It's going to be interesting.
Long live the mommy.
I don't see Dom going to get that belt back.
No.
That'd be crazy.
That would be stupid, is what that would be. Stupid is the word you were looking for.
Has Omos been fired by the WWE? No, he's a special attraction.
Yeah, he's been doing the house show circuit and everything, which also, fun fact, sold as many tickets as WrestleDream. If anyone wants to talk about how good the show is and everything like that, it was so appealing that it drew as much as a WWE house show. Now, it outkicked its coverage 100%. but let's not act like they fucking, conquered the world last night.
Mm-hmm. And again, I think that's one of the things that myself, as a neutral party of a fan of both, I get frustrated with the people that are overlooking the facts of like, we're fucking killing it. I'm like, yeah, let's be real. Let's be realistic. We're doing good. We're doing good. We're not doing great yet. We're working towards it. And we're putting pieces in play.
Right. We're getting the ball rolling here. We ain't hot out the gate here. We laying down the strap. What? Pause. Yeah, she's fully strapped on and strapped in. Pause.
Right.
I'm about to challenge Trick for that belt. Well, good on you there.
Keyshawn, get him.
Oh, because he's like, Mommy might be single. Yeah, then you're going to have to take on Buddy Murphy, my guy.
I think I
got the Uso chance. Now, I'm still wondering, because they've done it with Dom. You've seen it, of if this is piped up a bit or if this is just au natural.
Again, sometimes we can tell and sometimes we can't. And I mean, I think it seems like a natural, like looking, the crowd is standing. Like
they're standing, but no one was moving.
Well, they're not moving. Were they moving? I felt like they moved.
You tend to have to chant, like move to chant.
Yeah, like I feel like there's a good amount of energy in the building when it comes out, and everyone's getting behind doing the hand thing. And
he really has fully evolved to main event Jey Uso. Let's be honest.
I mean, yeah. I mean, in all fairness, he's having a better time in Raw than I feel that, we got Jimmy back in a tag team, technically.
He has even said we got the new tribal chief on Monday night.
I love it. I love it. That's
clearly
funny.
She has bigger balls than any of you. So this is where we're going to set up Damian and Jay.
Yeah.
You know what, Jay?
Tired of hearing you open up your mouth.
See, that's the thing is.
Oh, wait a minute. See, Dom feeling a little butthurt right now. He's got to be the man.
Oh, bro. Don't you do that. Don't you do that.
The booze. The booze. No, the entire front row was not.
It's still, that's such a, it's weird. I like the camera angle. You've got Dom with the black eye and everything. He's just like, I got this. He looks like the fucking kid that's like, when Ricky got hit. He's that kid in the movie of like, I'm act tough, and then just gets lit the fuck up.
Right. Terrence, I understand.
Booze!
I'm also an Angels fan, so I know what it is like to go through lean decades. Yeah, Baltimore and T.O. had some good series back when, but Baltimore lost. I was such a big Cal Ripken Jr. fan back in the day growing up.
Really? The Iron Man?
Oh, man. I mean, it's funny because in Canada, you kind of grew up playing hockey naturally, but ball, I was much better at ball, but I enjoyed hockey more than I enjoyed ball.
See, it's funny because of where I grew up in New York. I almost halfway to kind of was a bit of a Spurs fan.
Nice.
For a while. Well, because that was the closest ball I could go and watch. So we would constantly go up there. I watched the whole time Vlad was there.
Nice.
I watched like when McGuire went and was during the home run challenge there, or like the shit and that race and everything. I watched him out there. Like I ended up being a bit of a Spurs fan as much as I was a Yankees fan.
Super kick. Down goes Dommy. Oh no!
Yeah, I got the super kick. I'm like, oh, Farquad, Funko Pop, Farquad.
That's disgusting.
Some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make.
That's not nice. It's just a donkey.
Dom is like, thank God Uso came out. Yeah, literally. He's like, you can stay here and get your ass whooped, or you can stay here and get your ass whooped.
Yeah. And I will say, in the realm of wrestling, there is no other woman in this. Oh, wait, we got company.
As we're adrenaline in my soul. So, like I said, I'm probably like 5 to 10 seconds behind you. I've got Cody running out right now.
Okay. Cody runs in like he's wearing slippers.
Yeah. Slippers. Super kick to Dom. Crossroads.
He's doing that shuffle like when you got to piss.
Yeah, well, no, it's even if you see the Cody angry walk, like when he walks backstage to go at Brock and everything, he does like this angry duck walk. Like you could just hear like that like SpongeBob in the big like fucking rubber boots and shit.
Here's the match. So
told you.
Next. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I want to be for that undisputed tag team championship.
I want that on his t-shirt. Adam Pearce's new catchphrase.
It's official. Well, he's been using that on Twitter and shit too. But yeah, I like Pierce. I like Pierce a lot. Yeah. So see, point ahead, look smart. You know, I am Nick Stradamus out here, 100%. I said they're setting up for Jay and Cody versus Finn and Damian for the tag titles at Fastlane.
Yep.
Sure enough.
No Finn tonight, though.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah. Oh, we're talking about Jade again.
Of course, because we just had Adam Edge Copeland just show up on AW. So we've got anything you can do, we can do better.
I love it. Let's go.
I can sign anyone that you can't.
And again, if you're pro WWE, you say, we signed somebody in the peak of their career that has nothing but up to go. And if you're an AEW faithful, you're going to say, well, we got a bigger star on paper right now.
I'm about to drop something that we can make this a t-shirt. I'm going to just say this now. So put notepad out because I'm not going to remember this by the end of the stream. I am not pro WWE. I am not pro AEW. I am pro wrestling.
Yeah. That's kind of been our mantra. I thought you were coming with some new vibe. That's our.
I was saying we can put that on a t-shirt. We need to put that on a goddamn t-shirt is what I was saying. Like I said, see, notepad. See, I'm not going to remember it at all.
Pro wrestling.
Pro wrestling. Duh.
But here come the Alpha Academy as we go to commercial break number 2 here tonight, folks. There you go. Curtis on the ball. Shoosh, please.
Shoosh. We're in commercial break number 2. As Det saying WWE just sucks now. What? Same old people over and over for months, having the same matches over and over.
No, you're wrong.
I feel like you weren't saying that outside of last night.
Again, I mean, what do you want? Do you want to build a consistent story that involves people that are going to need to see each other? Or do you want just complete spot booking? There's a happy medium in there somewhere. To say the WWE sucks right now, I think is a stretch. It might not be your favorite, but the booking, yeah, there's been some over repetition on some of the people. But listen, Jay with Cody versus the Judgment Day for the titles has compelled to it, has story to it, has a build to it. I'm good with it.
John Cena, LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Jimmy Uso. Yeah, I can't remember the last time we got that match up or anything like that. Let's see. We were getting Gunther versus Tommaso Ciampa. Let's see. Also, Io Sky versus Asuka versus Charlotte. Oh, hey, when did we get that? And I mean, closest we've gotten recently was Seth Rollins versus Nakamura. But hey, we're also getting that in a last man standing match. So I mean, you can try and wave the flag from one side or the other at this point, but you kind of just look like an asshole at this point.
Again, it's just like, and we really don't kind of tolerate the blanket lazy statements from any side of the ledger, right? Like it's easy to say, well, AEW sucks, just flips and tricks. Well, that means you're not watching. This the same thing. I might not love all of what we get. We have seen a lot of the Judgment Day, but they're your marquee people. I want to see them.
Well, and that's the thing, like you said there, then actually you said it probably better than even I did, of it's a blanket statement. If we say we don't like something with either company, we have this point to follow up with it and everything, and can provide examples, we show our work. Versus just, they suck, they're doing the same thing. Oh, right, so what about this, and this? Nah, yeah, like,
right,
maybe think it come with a full thesis before you just say statements.
Listen, like somebody else actually just said, and I appreciate it, but he's where is it? I'll find it again. But CJ, how you doing? Joe Black's in the house.
Well, what did they say? And I'll find it. Tell me what they said and I'll find it.
Just about WWE. He likes it, but this is garbage. Look for the garbage emoji.
I'm a big WWE guy. This just sucks. It's the same crap, man. We've been getting for months. Come on. No, it's really not. If you've been watching for months like we do every day, it's kind of not. There's been some stuff. I will give you. Judgment Day versus Sami and KO is repetitive. Cody Rhodes being involved with Judgment Day is still a variation. The Jey Uso aspect of it is completely new.
Yeah, I mean, again, like if you want to compare apples to apples, I mean, we're watching the Adam Cole, MJF storyline play out. It's not like, oh, we're so sick of this. We've seen them doing the kangaroo kick for months now. Like, no,
I'm personally sick of the kangaroo kick. I don't want any more kangaroo show. I don't want any more kangaroo show.
Right? No kangaroo show. You will wear the scarf. You will not wear the pouch.
Hey, Punk to WWE in a couple months will even itself out. Even if it's not that, like you said earlier when we were we were here early and everything like that. Everybody that watches sports that's into any sort of athletics, you like when it's who's going where, who's going to sign who, what could this team build, what's this roster going to look like. Everybody sits there and fucking does it. Whether you're that's the whole reason GM mode got added back to fucking WWE's games and shit like that, because everybody likes to sit there and do drafts and shit. That's why fantasy football exists. We got a fantasy football league and we got a fancy hockey league.
I'm the trade king over here, right? Like
at this point, yeah. Well, I trade and then people don't like that I trade. So
right. No, we got Imperium coming out to the ring to take on the so this is a little interesting to me that this is still happening. Alpha Academy versus Imperium. But Nick, I was gonna say this. I think the problem, and it's not just with wrestling, in 2023, people online very much want everyone to think the way they think. And again, it happens. Like if Austin Matthews signed with someone else this summer, I'd be like, fuck Austin Matthews. He's shit. I don't even like him. He'll go there and he'll suck. That's what you do as a fan of something. But the interesting thing for me in wrestling is when I have that feeling, someone tells me I'm an idiot. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Well,
it's also, but that's the thing though, is you can get that as a fan, but you're at times though, you also can't out and outright deny talent.
You can't deny what's really happening. And that's the facts, right? Like, yeah, you might be butthurt, but saying like the people that said like, well, and I think CJ had a really good comment, which you're getting close to, but you look at where they line up, where I lost my point because
sorry.
But they were going to take, if you take Edge and say, oh, he's just garbage, it doesn't matter. It does matter. There is a level of something to this. Now, it might not be the extreme explosion that some people think, and it might not be completely garbage. There is a medium kind of meter in there somewhere.
Fair enough. Sorry, I was hot up on Curtis out here living in Arkansas and talking about being an Expos fan. That's all the fucking way on the other side of the country. That's all the way north.
Right.
Jay the Babyface, Roman, Jimmy Fat Donut, Damon Evil. What? Is that like their version of like Sierra, Hotel, Indica, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield, Bloodline?
How did Jimmy Fat Donut? Oh, like
I don't know.
Face Roman, Jimmy Fat Donut. Let's pause on that altogether.
In Cody's theme, Sloppy Joe's in my bowl. Gotta go eat it. What the fuck?
Sloppy Joe.
Sloppy Joe.
I knew actually.
That's how you know we're of a certain vintage in Lunch Lady Land.
I had a friend that was his walkout music was Sloppy Joe.
Like at his wedding?
No, at like.
I was like, and now the groom to be Sloppy Joe, Sloppy Joe.
Come here, baby. Come here.
Give me that sloppy toppy.
We're going to McDonald's. AEW doesn't suck. It's good. It's just not my cup of tea. Just my personal opinion. I still watch it and fall asleep a couple of times a show, but they have good like Swerve last night and DB. again, yeah, I think both companies have their flaws. You're always going to find that, and I like that opinion.
I will say this as Freebird. Well, I was going to say, fun fact: what's the one song or one thing that you don't shout at a concert? Is Freebird.
Freebird,
right? But Freebird, I agree with Morales to an extent, but WWE did do the budget cuts. As we're in commercial break number 3.
And that's the interesting part, right? Because again, from the WWE standpoint, they're signing people we don't necessarily want. Fat Krispy Kreme donut Heyman. I got you.
I'm just waiting for Goldberg to sign with AEW. I got off for the win.
I'm waiting for it still.
Sorry. Who's the clown? You the clown? You be down with the clown? You Violent J? You Shaggy Too Dope?
There you go. There you go.
Sorry.
Don't.
Where were we going?
People seem to forget back in the Attitude Era, it was the same top guys mixing it up every week for long periods of time, long feuds, same guys for months. Facts. That's how you build compelling stories. You need people to be with the same people.
But well, back to what Joe was saying here, and I realized where I was going to go with this.
Oh, there you
go. Because like back to even what we were talking about with blanket statements of WWE sucks, AEW sucks. No, if we ever critique either company or whatever, we sit there and are like, here's what I think they could do that would be better for them to do in this situation. Here's where they could go from this. Here, where it's coaching more than anything, or it's more of it's literally critiquing versus the blanket statements of just that, that acronym addicts syndrome that everybody seems to be dealing with. Of if it's not AEW, then it's fuck WWE. If it's not WWE, then it's fuck AEW. Shit like that.
Oh no, exactly, Nick. We say it all the time. Like I know a couple. We watch some people that do what we do, and some do the post show or a pre show and don't do the actual show. But I heard the one guy who we know very well. He's kind of renowned. Where he's like, "Oh, NXT shit. I don't watch that." Well, hold on. Time out. Time out. Again, not the wisest of statements. I want an opinion from somebody that does watch the shit and can give me an absolute, opinion on what they're seeing. Again, there are things from last night WrestleDream that I didn't love, but there was things that I really, really liked. That's how it goes.
But that's the thing is we are fans of it. We watch it. That's why I think like you were saying, our statement holds at least some validity to it of we're here every week watching it.
Yeah.
It's not we're just going off of, well, I don't watch it, so it must suck. No, we put the time in and we watch anything and everything. We want to watch as much wrestling as we can physically can. Trust me, we've tried it at times.
How many times do we need to get a 6 against each other? They're not having a 6 tonight. So, in one form or the other. Oh, there that goes.
Oh, sorry.
Triple H also has VK. Comparing Triple H to VKM seems like a bit of a tough one for me. Can't get a Groundhog's Day. I don't agree fully.
No, I think about it. I've said it, and I know I've said it for a fact. When it comes to this, when you had VKM and Tony Khan in charge of each company, it seemed like a wrestling war both companies were trying to lose. Now we're actually getting fucking competition back and forth here.
Yeah.
We've got, okay, so we've signed Jade. Okay, well, we just signed Adam Copeland. Okay, so we're going to do this. Okay, so we're going to do that. Okay, we're going over here. Okay, well, we'll go over there. Oh, you went to Wembley? Cool. So we're going to go tease WrestleMania going over there and see how that does for a minute.
Yeah, no, and that's, again, you want to see them. I want all the chaos. I want them making fun of each other. It
does nothing but help pro wrestling. That's the thing. If you're fucking fighting against the one thing you supposedly love, if you fucking are bitching about this.
Yeah, no, it's good shit. And again, man, think about it. The same shit happened in the Attitude Era of, I'm WCW.
We just didn't have Twitter.
Fuck you. I mean, it would have been equally as bad if we did have the internet, and those who had
it would have been worse. Yeah, it was this bad on message boards. I feel a little bit. We didn't have instant fucking statements. We had to sit there and write it and send it by carrier pigeon of like, dearest Matthew, please go fuck yourself.
Right.
Kevin Nash is nowhere near as good as The Undertaker.
Oh, fucking hell. Then that's exactly what it would have been, right? But And again, there was very big tribalism. I had friends that hated WWE. I had friends that hated WCW. It's a really funny thing. So
right.
Again, the emotional. This is nothing new. People just get so upset that people are upset. It's the funniest shit.
They take the emotions that they're supposed to have of just, hey, everything, like, we're moving in at least a positive direction. Pro wrestling is bigger outside of our little bubble. And instead they're just like, madness. You don't like what I like, so you're wrong and I'm right.
Ooh. We got a near fall there, by the way. We still got Imperium going against Alpha Academy. Jade signing to WWE has been and will be bigger than Edge signing in AEW.
Maybe in the long term.
Short term, no.
Short term, honestly, yeah. I saw people doing comparison. We could pull the audience of which was the bigger signing for AEW of Danielson, Cole, Edge, or Punk. I think it's between Punk and Edge. I don't think short term. Jade's a big get for WWE, don't get me wrong. But because of where AEW's at, Edge, Adam Copeland's a much bigger get for them. When you had guys like us, like me especially, that was out here and like, he's a WWE lifer, he's not going there. It'd be like if somehow
like me with
Mark
Cody.
Calloway shows up at a Dynamite.
Well, it was like me with Cody, right? Like I refuse to believe it. I mean, he's an EVP. He's not coming back. He destroyed the throne, and I didn't believe it till I saw it. You were very much in that regard with Edge.
Fair enough. As I've got Otis and Ludwig going at it right now. But Gilly, shout out for becoming a new member. 100%. Everybody should be like Gilly. 100%. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. As we got about 70 people kicking with us, by the way.
Oh shit, do we? There we go.
Yeah, we got about 70 people kicking. Let's see if we can try and get that up to like 100, like we was
let's go.
Like we was on a WrestleDream. It was all a dream. I used to read Wrestling Observer magazine.
And remember, be a member, tell a member.
What? That sounds like a secret organization. We might want to switch that up a little bit here.
And Maxine looking like $1,005,000.
That's what we'll roll. And it's amazing how Otis is the fucking like Chris Farley of pro wrestling. This man looks like a fucking human fucking potato, yet managed to bag the fucking baddest bitches. Pause.
We're up to the top. Otis! Now remember, Imperium's in hot water. Uh-oh.
Well, especially Eichner. No, not Eichner. Vinci. Giovanni Vinci. Fabian Eichner. Yeah, I went by his old name and it fucked me up somehow.
Oh, Imperium steals a W. They needed it.
I just got the 3. Yeah, so we're close.
Imperium with the win, folks. Right. Sour cream kush on top. Nice choice.
Absolutely. Trust me. I got some things.
Right. Thank you. Alexa.
Game over. Flip. Game over. Make sure to take ibuprofen for your back if you remember that song right now. Little Flip.
Yeah, I will never forget Little Flip.
CG out here just teasing like a motherfucker. Sounds like Wrestling for Life needs a rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Boston, member for 1 month. Tell me when KJ and Nick are telling lies. 100%. Well, so wait. So do you punch the Jackson or do you grab like the Larry? What do we do? Do you go at the drummer boy? I go at the Jackson. Do you make Khan fear for his life? Where do we go here? I don't want to zig when we should have zagged.
Yeah, I want a better game plan than the Yuck Bucks had running into the room.
Right. You know so we're just going to run at him.
He's swinging, run.
Have you never seen the movie 300? We're going to charge and bottleneck ourselves fucking running at this guy. Cool. So just 1 little, 2 little, 3 little asshole, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little asshole.
But we're getting a replay from the match last night on Saturday at No Mercy.
And this was a fucking star-making performance. I know I'm a huge Tiffany fan. I threw my hat when she lost and everything. But She's her being involved with Becky has done more for her than even winning the title to begin with. Like, even if she never won it, and it did so much for her. Even just the fucking visual, she's sitting there bleeding over the eye, and she looks like a Barbie.
Yeah, no, I mean, dude, a lot of people, and you and I talked about it, the people that jumped online, oh, they buried Tiffany. If you are saying that, you do not know what you're watching. You do not understand the sport that you're cheering for. And that's okay.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Keyshawn's out here saying he loves Little Flip. So Kaiser Roll and Da Vinci won. Yes. Da Vinci won.
So a Kaiser roll. Beautiful.
Yeah. Sign me up, Marks. Well, be a friend. Reach out to a friend.
Hey boys, can I be champion? You gotta earn it. You
gotta win in the predictions. You gotta earn this. We don't just give this shit away.
You gotta show up and show out. That's what we do.
Because that's what the show's about.
There you go.
So they are announcing that Becky is not medically cleared.
Okay, so
the images are extremely graphic. So if you have small children, please avert your eyes as they just show a wound. If you've ever been hurt that is not graphic.
It is a little gross, but it's not graphic. No.
There's people that watch fucking pimple popping videos to fucking fall asleep to.
No, that's gross. That's fucking gross.
That's graphic more than that's graphic. But I do like this graphic. If I got Tegan Knox fucking on my screen.
Chelsea's here.
Speaking of looking like Barbie, fuck. Those fucking
fucking hot topic Barbie.
Oh, she just heard the news about Becky, and now she's in here complaining.
You hear the audacity of people complaining. I cannot. Chelsea's good, man. I'd like her to.
Oh, we're gonna get Chelsea versus Tegan.
Yeah, Don Callis and definitely Finn Balor had worse. What happened to my life?
I don't know. You just went into a different stratosphere.
Someone didn't.
I think that's your cue to take a pause for the cause, then, sir. Here.
Yeah, actually, we're right on time.
There you go. So you do that, boo boo. You do you, boo boo. I'll let you figure out your technical difficulties as you look like Monty Burns from the Simpsons of I bring you peace. I bring you love.
I'm gonna say I feel like Back to the Future. He's fading.
He's fading out of the picture.
All right. Good.
He tries to bring us peace. He tries to bring us love. Kill it.
Right. Well, folks, we are on a commercial break, and I'm blurry. I'll be right back.
Right. Speaking of somebody who's coughed themselves blurry before as we're doing the intro, but as we're getting a replay a bit of from No Mercy from Saturday. And so on NXT tomorrow night, we know at least for a fact we are getting Trick Williams versus Dominic Mysterio for the in a rematch for the North American Championship. We're kicking off the NXT Breakout Tournament. And I believe they were talking about how we were going to get Becky Lynch there. So could this be even halfway kayfabe of maybe we just shifted? We don't want the NXT title on Monday Night Raw. We'll do it on, NXT. So, hey, when, Tegan challenges and she ends up losing and Becky still retains, we can have Jade come out and we'll set it up for that. That's how I think that we might be doing that here. As we are on commercial break. Yes, we are on commercial break number 4, says Curtis. 100%. Gilly, I don't know what I said that I popped you, but I feel like that happens quite frequently. Pause. Chelsea and Tiffany should be a team. Give it time. I don't know if I want to see Tiffany out there doing, hanging out with Matt Cardona doing, matches with Makito and shit like that, but we'll see. Scott, what up, my guy? Fro Hike. That's an interesting name. Better WWE wrestlers going to AEW than disappear, showing their hoo-ha on OnlyFans. Absolutely. 100%. That's the thing. As much as, like we've said before, as we've been critical of AEW, it is still nice and still great that they there's a alternative that they can go to. And maybe it would be interesting because Edge is not the same lightning rod that Phil Brooks is. Punk, wherever he goes, is going to constantly always be a lightning rod. I think it's just part of his DNA. I wonder if certain talent might listen to a guy like Adam Copeland a lot more, especially when even think about it, Matt's been he's been a figurehead there for the Buck camp, 100%. But Adam can talk to him of, hey, Matt, well, we have history even before you were dealing with these guys and everything. I think he can be very much he's the easier pill to swallow when it comes to moving away from the Cucamonga style of pro wrestling. I'll put it that way. But if it doesn't work out with that, if it somehow goes Sour Patch Kids, that's going to be really interesting and really telling for AEW, because now at this point, if Edge is going to be involved in creative, he runs that gamut, or they run that gamut, I should say, of if he ends up still being ostracized and being outed and, being too aggressive, or they spin a narrative, they spin a yarn one way, it's going to really show that they are going to just do their style. And if you're not down with what they want to do, they will push you out. I don't think, and I hope it does not go that way. I think this could really be a great turning point for them. I like that they keep mentioning it's a new era. It's the rated R era. So maybe that's where they go with it. I mean, Moxley swore more than a fucking drunken sailor on commentary. I mean, I know we slip, some swear words here out every now and then, but 100% that man let off more than we do during the whole stream and like the couple matches he commentated. But it's going to be it is a watershed moment for AEW. It is a make or break moment because the domestic ticket sales are declining, but now their social media interest is rising 100%. So can they capitalize on this moment? As I've got Bronson Reed coming out right now in a varsity jacket, looking like a fucking high school defensive tackle, probably on like fucking Hawaii, as he's taking on Cedric Alexander. Hey, at least he survived. It's so interesting that Shelton Benjamin gets released, and I still hope that he comes back. I know there's been interest from AW Impact, all that. I would like to see him as an agent and maybe some in-ring work on WWE. But we've got Cedric taking on Bronson Reed, and I feel bad a bit for Cedric. Could we see Cedric go to AW and team up with Swerve? I think that'd be pretty cool, actually, because there's potential with Cedric. They just kind of, ever since he left the Hurt Business, it's been all downhill from here. Tope con Cedric on a Bronson on the outside here. Got Reed for the win, 100%. Let me know you got. I think I'm obviously going Bronson Reed here. Damn, Cedric got the jobber intro. Yes, the lovely already in the ring. Sadly, Cedric getting jobbed out here. I would like to see Big Swole in NXT. Interesting. Honestly, I wonder if Cedric would do well in NXT. Maybe you put Cedric with Trick and Carmelo. Maybe interesting. Well, three guys that can, still do very much that high impact athletic style, but can still also really go in the ring. And I think Trick and Carmelo could cover Cedric on the mic. Maybe they kind of help him figure that shit out here. It's not a bad show. Yes, Cedric and Swerve. Oh my God, take my money. There we go. Reed. Bronson for the win. Cedric should join Hit Row. No, because he can at least clear the top rope. Joining Hit Row, I feel like, is a curse. You either sign with AEW or you get fired twice by WWE. Excuse me. As I've got Bronson Reed going up top. Tsunami. I said, I like how he doesn't even really fully touch like the top turnbuckle. He just kind of uses that as like a last little like launching pad to step off of. He just really just falls off the top rope. So Bronson Reed picks up the win in quick fashion here. How the mighty have fallen. Cedric a jobber now. What a shame. Yeah, a little bit. I think Cedric should tag with Ricochet in a quest to build a tag division. That's not a bad shot. I did kind of think Ricochet, but I still like the idea and still kind of just pull out hope of him being a singles competitor. I mean, he's done the tag teams before. We got, the Ricochet and Braun Express there, and then Braun got hurt. So I do kind of like Ricochet as a singles guy here. Cedric and Ashante Diadonis. Not bad, but what about B-Fab? B-Fab. Having WrestleDream in Seattle was a step in the right direction. All right, my guy, if you're about to sit here and get down to breaking it down because of geographic locations, I'm going to get really sort of sideways on this. AW kept visiting the same venues for their pay-per-views. Cool. Well, as you just said, that they've already announced that they're going to go back, or at least WrestleDream is going to be a recurring show. It may not be always in Seattle, but also, like I said earlier, their big show in Seattle drew the same as a house show for WWE. So let's not act like it's a big fucking godsend that they, went out of the few couple markets of being in New York City and Chicago. We've seen it even with Grand Slam, to where they went from 20,000 the first year to like 13,000 the second year. This year, if you didn't have MJF doing a fucking New York media scrum tour, they weren't hitting fucking 10,000 for sales with that. The problem is that AEW constantly stays to these huge arena shows when they really need to realize that they could do better. They could do some of these smaller venues. They could do some of these smaller shows. And yeah, they'll still draw with the same that they're drawing on these big arenas, but it looks way more impactful because there's not that many seats to sell. That's the thing. You do that and you build and you build and you build. You can't jump right out the gate and then just hope that they fill up. They've burnt that out already. Because like you said, they kept doing the same cities, the same venues. So now you're burning out markets. It's the same thing. It's going all the way back even to like the territory days of it. I know I'm going to sound like fucking Cornette or something here. But when you keep running the same areas and the same markets, year after year after year after year after year, the same shit, you're going to burn them out eventually. As I've got Drew backstage with Adam Pearce. As we're still getting this kind of halfway tweener, in and out with Drew McIntyre here. He's still technically a babyface, but he walks out anytime he could actually help a babyface. But up next, we're getting the contract signing between Gunther, the Ring General, and Tommaso Ciampa. As we're in commercial break number 5 right now. So shit, we're almost halfway through the line on commercial breaks here. And we're only damn near almost through the first hour here. I feel like I might have been a fool taking the under here. Do you see Big Swole in WWE? I could see her in maybe NXT. I don't know if she's even still wrestling. I think maybe if you were to do that, you do the breakout tournament would have been a way to introduce her. But granted, we also thought that could have been where they introduced Jade until we saw that lineup. And it's like, no, you're not going to just let her fucking murderers row herself through that. You have her and maybe she shows up and goes at Becky after she's retained the championship or something like that. Like we thought we could see whether it be Becky or Tiff at No Mercy. But if Big Swole was to show up, you have her show up in like I said, like the breakout tournament or something like that. You have to bring her through NXT, I feel. Kyle, Nick, what do you think happens with Darby after WrestleDream? Good question. Good question. That is honestly a really good question, because where do we go? Well, we already know that. So are we going to get Adam Copeland involved with the whole Darby, Sting, Christian, Nick Wayne, Luchasaurus feud? I mean, we've already got Edge, Adam Copeland taking on Luchasaurus in his first match. So are we setting that all up to be to where we get a build between Christian and Edge as a match? I feel like that's kind of almost an inevitable thing. So maybe we build up to that. Does Darby just become kind of a Klingon with that? He kind of becomes a peripheral character with that, of he's in between two legends. But I don't know. It's getting murky waters here for Darby, and it's so weird because Darby was the guy I felt should have challenged MJF for the championship solo instead of that 4 Pillars match. They were building up Darby as a solo act. He finally seemed really believable, was getting really over on the mic, and then they made it a 4 Pillars match. Tegan Knox is going to have Piper Niven involved. Well, if she's taking on Chelsea, Piper Niven will probably involve just on the other end. Or do you think that she gets Piper to fucking turn on Chelsea? I think it's EBB and flow through Nick. What? You down with OPP? You're muted, so no one's heard you.
Speaking of ebb and flow,
there we go.
That's better.
So that's what he was trying to say. I just read EBB. Who are the EBBs? Are you down with OPP? Yeah, you know me.
No, we're getting back
through Nick last year. WWE was having trouble selling tickets to shows, and AEW was killing it. I don't agree with that at all. I think I could go back, and if I wasn't live, I could find numbers that very much disagree with that. It comes down to these shows give us better content consistently.
Who's that? They just showed.
I would assume WWE. Well, there's your tight end. There's your tight end. Pause. And you got George Kittle in the front row here.
Yeah, he ain't doing much for me. I had to go pick up another one.
Now time. We're gonna hear somebody. I don't know if it's me or you. For the contract signing.
Yeah, we're getting a contract signing for the IC title at Fastlane, folks.
Right. And I think I need to pause here and go defend my client here.
There you go. Nick's going to take a break, but we are rolling through. Ciampa is on his way out, folks. We are at 96 likes. Get us to 100. We 4 away. Let's go. Go find a friend. Bring them over. And again, I want to see this live chat get back up to 100. Let's move that needle, folks. We are rolling along. Gunther will be up next. And yes, I'm excited for this match. I think this match is going to surprise some people. Could you see Miz versus Drew tonight? I hope not. Don't much care for that. Gunther will retain. I think so. My money right now probably on Gunther. But sooner than later, I imagine Gunther could lose that belt and turn his direction towards the World Heavyweight Championship. Killing it for AEW standards. Expand on that, Gilly. B-Fab and Jade Cargill, feud or allies? I don't know yet. I think people have talked about Jade being in a tag team or a faction of some kind. I think Jade's going to get the spotlight unto herself. Maybe at some point she does have what I would define as lackeys. They used to call them baddies. Maybe we can get something like that, but I don't know. I think Jade is going to soak up a lot of spotlight unto herself. Just standing next to me is a blessing, so let me help you out. My first victim. Okay. I'm not quite sure, Sunny, but welcome. B-Fab can be Jade's baddie. There you go. I just mentioned it. So, yeah, potentially could we get baddies? Yeah. I mean, give her a couple strong female counterparts. Absolutely. Kyle, tough question, KJ. Who debuts first, Jade or Pillman? Jade. I think Jade's very close. Like, I think we're getting Jade any moment now. And maybe it might get a slightly delayed because I did think it was tied to Becky. So perhaps there is a bit of delay there with Becky being injured. But I think Pillman, every week, we're going to see a little bit more from these packages, a little more from these vignettes. And I love going back to the old days of wrestling, and you kind of bring somebody in on a series of vignettes to kind of let you know who they are. That, we talk about the Razor Ramones, the Mick Foleys. Once upon a time, it was very important to have that kind of character build going into something. Matey, what's up? What's up? How you doing? How you doing? Ciampa is great, but he's injury prone. Yeah, I mean, Ciampa's one of those guys. I love Ciampa, and I'll be honest. I remember the first time I saw him in Ring of Honor, I thought, meh, he's aight. And then he, obviously he went on to have a very phenomenal career. What he did in NXT was outstanding. But I think it speaks to the style of Ciampa, right? He's such a hard ass, in the paint type of guy. It does leave him open to injury, especially when you're on the smaller side of things. KJ, when do you think Jade will have her first match? Will it be Raw or SmackDown? I was kind of the camp that it might be NXT. Part of me thought maybe Jade would make her debut on that Tuesday night where NXT goes up against AEW. But I don't know. What I love about the Jade situation, and even when she was asked in an interview, Jade, where are you going to go? She very much said, I want everyone to watch all the shows and wait. I want you to show up to Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and hope for me to show up. So I like that. That's a good way to build buzz. That's a good way to build up somebody. When she does appear now, the fan base that is here that didn't know really who she was, she doesn't have the name that Adam Copeland has. She doesn't have the name that Edge has at this juncture in wrestling history. But when you build her up, when she does come out, the fan base will at least know we're in the presence of something big. We saw it on ESPN. We saw it on Fox. We saw it here. We saw it there. The WWE hyped it. It's got to mean something. So it's good for her. It's good for business. But Ciampa delivering a promo. Yeah, I'm with you. That was excellent. And Ciampa's never had a problem on the mic. I like this. This is an official contract signing for the most important championship. And you show up like this? Gunther giving him shit for not, coming to the dance dressed better. This is fantastic. Ciampa is great. I want him to win this because it would be great to see him have a run with a new Goldie. Absolutely. I'm with you, Boston. If we can get Ciampa to beat Gunther, and I do love the idea of Gunther, to me, Gunther can be the face of the show. He can be that top heel that everybody wants to see toppled. And I think there's a lot of potential there for Gunther. And again, we do love Ciampa with Goldie. I mean, if he turns the IC title into Goldie, now the question I will put out to you and everybody else out there, what does that mean for the idea that Gargano and Ciampa might get back together, right? Could Gargano show up and want the belt, and that causes a problem? But a lot of people were hoping for DIY. Where does that go here? And I will leave that out to the fans out there. Where does that go? But good promo, good solid promo. Ciampa's a good guy, man. And I always have a soft spot for the dads out there. When you see them, I'm doing this for my kid. It's a very heartfelt, genuine feel. I know people use that F word when it comes to wrestling, but there's guys like Ciampa that live it, breathe it. All right. I'll touch on that one in a second, Gilly. I'm just trying to catch what these guys are saying. This is the closest you will ever get to this. And a bit of a cheer for that. I mean, the crowd loves this. There you go. There you go. And fight tonight. Are they going to push? Now, we did see this rumored. Somebody in the chat said Gunther was going to defend this belt tonight. Could it happen? Remember, they were supposed to have an NXT women's title match tonight. They do have a spot to fill. No. Oh, Ciampa threatening to tap out Gunther tonight. Great. I love it. Fiery promo. Love it. I say Brian Pillman Jr. will debut before Jade would debut. Fair enough, Dale. Fair enough. My only reason I have any thought on that is just I feel like the slow build for Pillman because we don't know Pillman. And they didn't, the Pillman signing wasn't on ESPN. It wasn't in Fox. It wasn't the news that Jade signing was. Well, the contract is signed. Wait a minute. Tonight! Yes! Let's go, folks. But we're getting, Gunther reaching over the table with a clap to the face. I still struggle when guys don't have socks. Loafers and no socks is a weird thing for me. Gunther chucking the table like it was a piece of paper, but eating a chair. Rings of Saturn. Rings of Saturn. Oh, Gunther rolling out. Nice, folks. Tonight. Let's go. They did have a space open. They needed a match. So instead of Fastlane, at least right now, the match has been signed for tonight instead of Saturday. Crazy. Yes, thank you, Gabriel. I was watching earlier. It was 2-1 before we went live. So go Leafs, go. Typing Leafs, sorry, no worries. What? Boston. I miss old NXT Ciampa, obsessed with Goldie. You're not wrong. Heel Ciampa. The Psycho Killer, that was the best Ciampa, right? Like the cutthroat. I will do anything for this belt. My precious, my Goldie. It was beautiful. I'm all for it. I wish we had more of that. Gilly appreciating what we're getting. I like it. I just want to see. This is fantastic. Oh, okay. So I did get that one. Okay. That was gold. I'm with you. Announcer going to say the new Intercontinental Champion Tommaso Ciampa at Fastlane. Okay. Now we're getting the match tonight. So what are we going to say? Yeah, Big Nick saying shout out to who said earlier that we're getting IC defense tonight. Yeah, whoever did say that in the chat, kudos to you because again, we're live on the spot. So definitely made that shout. And it comes true. And there seems to be some friction backstage between Rhea and Damian. And JD seems in like Flynn now. So as the New Day is upon us. This means Ciampa's losing. Yeah, could it be a matter of Ciampa doesn't get the win or a DQ? Or I have a feeling like we're not going to get a conclusion to this rivalry, and that will come on Saturday. But it's going to be a good match. It's going to be a good match. Oh, shit, tonight. Gunther's going to kill Ciampa tonight. Will take place tonight. Absolutely. Good hype, but Gunther will win. I'm with you, Larry. Where is Finn? I don't know. I have heard no reports about Finn at all. I don't know where Finn is. Finn is injured. Okay. Keyshawn, I will take any further information that you may have. Finn in Sharknado. There you go. I thought I had won the belt. What was Richard's record yesterday? Mega, you were close. He edged you out and won a bit of the tiebreaker. Remember, the tiebreaker is kind of arbitrarily picked by me. Just eked you out, Mega. You were right there. But I think you were 6-1, and he was technically 6-2. So there you go. You were close. Should be a classic if given the time. Well, I mean, again, they did have a match to replace. But we are in another commercial break, I think. Are we at commercial break number 6 already, guys? Rhea said Finn got too beat up from last week. Okay. So there you go. That at least giving us a kayfabe reason. Who should beat Gunther for the belt? I think Drew should beat him at Survivor Series. Easy bake. I don't know if we're going to circle back to Drew. I thought when Drew first returned, and again, Gunther was going to beat that record, but I thought Drew's story with Gunther was going to continue, and eventually, now what I had read, several people reported the vibe around Drew wasn't overly positive. They weren't feeling like people were overly interested in Drew McIntyre versus Gunther. So it seems like they pulled back on it as Gable started getting himself over. So, yeah, I think that Drew could have been a candidate. I don't know if it works for me right now. I'm really curious about Miz TV tonight because I want to know what the plan is for Drew McIntyre. They're hinting a heel turn. Just make him a heel. I'm okay with it. Number 6. Okay, we're climbing. Do we get a new Ciampa? We could get a new champ tonight, folks. The belt will be on the line as Ciampa will challenge Gunther this evening. Not Fastlane, this evening. Who beats him? It could be Ciampa. I thought it was going to be Gable. My money was on Gable. When they signed that third match, I thought Gable's got it. Gable had gotten himself so over, and he was so hot with the crowd, and the matches with Gunther were so good. I thought Gable was going to be the guy. As it turns out, not the case. The Judgment Day will return to SmackDown this Friday. That's a true story. That's already been announced. And the Bloodline and John Cena tell a night or LA Knight will be on the show. Yeah, Friday Night SmackDown looking good. They're already advertising for it. But yeah, Judgment Day will be there with their titles as well. We'll get Cena. We will get LA Knight. And again, Roman's not scheduled to be on SmackDown, not this week, but next week, Roman's supposed to return. The SmackDown after Fastlane. So I've been a little critical of the presence of Roman Reigns on this show. It will be nice to see him get back at it. As we come back out of commercial break, folks. Yeah, but you missed one, so you lose by default. Because you could have got that one wrong. So, did Meltzer do a start rating for WrestleDream? I have not seen it yet. If he had, I generally don't pay attention to the stars. You know he's gonna fucking explode them like the Jericho 6-man match is gonna get 5 stars or 4.5 stars. But yeah, there's some definite quality that he can rate on that one. I'm assuming the IC title match will be the main event. I hope at least. We also have Jay taking on Damian. So one of the two, but I would like the IC title to be the main event. I'm with you, Boston. Here comes, just Ivar. No Eric, no Valhalla, just Ivar. My prediction is Randy returns to beat Gunther. I'm all for it, Tyler. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. I'm all for that. Better be a main event. What's going to top that? Yeah, the only other match on the docket that I know of that would potentially be in the main event spot would be Damian versus Jey Uso. Just because the Judgment Day has been kind of in that main event spot. Main event Jey. But again, not sure. Ciampa for the win. Mega, don't go too much into it. Months ago, I tied the other two. Yeah, guys, it's shits and giggles, as they would say. Again, arbitrary tiebreakers, but good luck to everybody. One day we'll give out like actual prizes and we'll pay attention. I'm trying to work on making it a digital vote. Like you can vote online and then I can track them after. It's really hard to go through 5 hours of footage. Speaking of 5 hours of footage,
I was going to say, probably the biggest proponent towards that 5 hours of footage is probably me. But also 100%, folks, if you want to make sure that we can actually be giving away and sending you guys like even a little foam belt or some real championships or some real prizes if you win the predictions and everything like that, then go ahead, drop the super chats, the super stickers, any bit of support that you show towards us. Whether it's buying stuff from the merch store, which, by the way, we got the link on the YouTube channel 100%, or it's the membership, or it's the super chats, anything like that, 100% goes back to how we can do this bigger and better for y'all. 100%. We love this little community. Trust me. We, like I said before, we've got the fantasy football thing. We shit talk throughout all of that. Anybody that's in that, you can talk about that.
That might be an understatement, but okay.
Well, 100%. Keeping it still PG, keeping it above the belt. But still, even I can't wait until we get into the hockey thing because I'm gonna be out here clueless. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be like Goldberg out there on skates from the Mighty Ducks. Of just what am I supposed to do?
Triple H loves Ciampa. I think because Ciampa's like he
looks like a small version of him.
Yeah, right. It looks like his kid.
You're just me, but balder.
Ivar. Oh, Xavier trying to get Ivar up. Interesting match. Ivar versus Xavier one-on-one. Now, Nick, while you were on pause, IC title tonight.
Yeah. It's interesting. I think that could that set up to where we get Gable in the slot at Fastlane. Maybe we have the match we're going to advertise now, so we get to a different match come Fastlane.
I don't know. Maybe. I'll go maybe on that.
WB Nick, what am I? Warner Brothers? What? I like this 5-hour Nick all night long.
There you go.
Hashtag not sponsored by 5-hour Energy in any sort of way, by the way.
Oh, drop kick off the barricade into the side of the ring.
Right. Oh, yeah, I just got the drop kick. But we are willing to listen if they ever want to sponsor us. And trust me, I feel like some of us, especially after last night, need some 5-hour energy.
Kidding? I would love a 5-hour energy for the any fucking AEW pay-per-view that we get.
Well, you need to fucking start slamming them back like fucking Stone Cold Stephon Diggs there to fucking make it through it.
I think people know my energy drink of choice most nights.
Yeah. I'm drinking rum and Red Bull.
I created a monster when I made that belt. No, you made it fun, man. We're good. We used to do that once upon a time, but now we have an official belt. So.
I was going to say that's KJ every time he sees me show up. I created a monster.
I created a monster because nobody wants to see. Anyway, World Heavyweight Champion.
Anymore. Right. Let me be me, so.
Triple threat at Fastlane. Yeah, I see it. Possibly. Yeah, maybe that's how it goes. Like Ciampa and Gunther end in some type of DQ or whatever. Gable comes out to get involved and get sucked in. I'm okay with that too.
Right. Boston, know what you're getting at, or Larry, what you're getting at with Boston. Right. Propunzel, let down your hair. Out here saying, on this day, this Raw has been tough to watch.
Tough to watch. I don't know if I'd go. I mean, is it giving me anything to really dig into? No, I really liked the last segment with Ciampa and Gunther. Not a lot of meat on the bone.
Not a great go home show.
And again, that's kind of been a trend over the last couple years here now. Like, I mean, we make a big deal about go home shows and don't get so much.
Right. Apparently I popped Boston because I
can't. Rapunzel.
Because I'm fucking hooked on phonics. Didn't work for me.
Maybe Triple H understands that TV needs a match to give a good main event. That means sacrificing good matches off PLEs. Mm-hmm. He's already said that.
Yeah, he's doing the anti-Tony. Tony books, like I said earlier, he books a whole week of TV, and then you get what should be the card for the pay-per-view. So he literally just, he's like, I can't build it during the week, so I'm going to just build it all in one night.
Well, what was it? Was it SummerSlam where everybody, or what was the last pay-per-view we had with WWE was?
Payback?
Payback, that's the one. Where people were like, oh, Becky's not on it, da-da-da-da. And they asked Triple H at the media scrum, and he said, yo, we got actual TV to get into, you know? Like, we got to, like, save some stuff.
Yeah, especially when you're shopping media rights deals. And that's the thing. That's why I think NXT is getting gassed up quite a bit outside of the whole, oh, well, they're going to do a couple shows beside AW. They're trying to shop media rights and shop, to get some money, dollar bills, y'all.
Right.
So 100%, we're going to gas up our TV.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you see what they're doing with NXT. And I do think that's tied into the idea of the rights, because they want to show that NXT is growing, it's building, and it's buzzworthy.
Well, because it's so interesting, because you've seen it, like if USA got WWE or got SmackDown, now it becomes like Raw and NXT are like a package deal.
Yeah, and a lot of people, the majority of people reporting about it feel like that knocks USA out of the running for the other two.
I don't think so at all. I think it's all gonna end up, what comes around is all around. We end up all under one roof.
I think they're gonna, the same reason why it's on Fox and USA.
Oh,
he got him up.
Death Valley driver onto Ivar for a 2 count from Woods as Kofi's on commentary.
Yeah,
but no, I think we basically just get the USA Network outside of Law and Order SVU reruns just turns into the WWE Network on cable TV.
Yeah, I don't think so. And I think the same reason why they're on separate channels now is because the same thing. It becomes a budgetary thing of they can get more money out of 2 separate ones than getting all the money. Like USA run all out
with the infighting of I want that one on that one, and that one's that one shouldn't be on that show, and I've got that person going on here.
They don't give a fuck about that. They never have. They've done it for 10, 12 years.
But think about it though, 100% though, with now they're under the big umbrella of TKO. So I think 100% maybe keep it more in-house of how everything UFC is on ESPN. USA, you don't get the Ultimate Fighter featured on like a Spike TV or something like that. I know.
Yeah, Spike, but I don't think USA is going to be able to pony up the dough, and that's what everyone's reporting is that
it's Universal.
But they're not going to keep like they're going to get outbid by competitors because they just spent a chunk of money to get SmackDown. They and everyone
right. And so,
it's a done deal. Like NXT and Raw will be leaving, and I don't mean dirt sheets.
You get 2 for the price of 1, and you get that. You also get the Peacock deal all looped into 1.
They wanted SmackDown more than they wanted Monday nights, and I see why.
But so does the Peacock deal just go by the wayside then? Because we didn't have a Fox streaming service when they only had SmackDown.
No, they'll keep the deal because why
not keep everything? Again, it's NBC Universal. It's not. This isn't like this is a fucking mom and pop shop.
I'm just telling you what they've reported.
I know.
Universal, like I know you for some reason really want them all together. I don't.
It's not that I want them. I just think that's the way it's going to play out.
I don't think it will. Big chop by Woods, who's back. I was all alone.
Woods got the win.
Oh wow, Ivar destroying the New Day. What is this? You're killing Boston.
Clear.
Like Kurtman. There you go.
That's the first time I think I've been compared to Eric Theodore Kurtman.
Add him to your resume of
I was going to say, just add it. Like I said, I've told you I have gimmick Tourette's, I feel like at this point.
So Ivar just destroys the New Day. Like, I'm shocked.
It's very interesting because he takes the L and then turns around and just lays out both men, and now we're setting them both up for a moonsault. I was almost wondering, are we going to get somebody to break this up? But so we're setting up for probably a big match at Fastlane, probably on the pre-show between the New Day and the Viking Raiders, the Hot Topic Raiders here. As they're having to blurt out the holy chants.
Right, but again, how do you build that rivalry if you've just had one guy take both out? It should be a done deal.
I mean, do you take the Viking Raiders super serious?
They're trying to make me take Ivar serious. I take Ivar more serious than the New Day right now, based on that.
Yeah, I think we'll still get there.
What's that?
I just said I think we'll still get there.
Maybe. We're going back to Shinsuke Nakamura and his chase for the title. I have a feeling.
What?
It could really be Shinsuke coming up with that
But
belt.
well, we've also seen the tease for the current kind of house show schedule, or there was a SmackDown. It was the dark match between Seth and Gunther, and it looks like that could be the way that they're starting to go with this. Could we get to where Seth retains and then he drops the belt to Gunther, and Gunther just continues on his reign of terror here with now he has the world title instead of the IC title.
Yeah, I like that idea. I like at some point Gunther getting away from the IC title, moving on, taking it for what it was, being happy that he had it, but then, he could be the face of the show.
Oh, absolutely. Now, granted, I think if Nakamura has a last man standing match of a stipulation he chose and he loses, thanks for coming, Shinsuke. You can go hang out with Adam Copeland over in AEW because we apparently can't figure out what the fuck to do with you at this point here.
Yeah, no, I mean, you kind of want him to win. Now, I still feel like the idea that the Money in the Bank briefcase is out there and a last man standing match is going to happen, that is very intriguing to me.
It's intriguing, but still what's also intriguing is like even to where we've got Nakamura with the subtitle promos and everything like that. Like they're really starting to kind of get behind him in an interesting way here, I feel.
Yeah.
We had the whole anime intro when it was him versus Seth at it was at Payback.
Yep. Absolutely.
Imperium interfere, then Johnny Wrestling comes out to help Ciampa. Not a bad shout at all. We've been waiting for DIY to reunite, so I think that works pretty fucking well, actually.
What do you think the likelihood that Ciampa actually wins the belt tonight?
Slim to fucking none.
Okay, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Question. This show's been average so far. Correct.
Yeah. Does Gargano and Loomis return tonight? Gargano, maybe, not Loomis tonight, and save Ciampa from. If we're gonna get either of them, it's gonna be Gargano. We're gonna get that moment. We're gonna get the DIY return because it may not be a moment to fully compete with Edge showing up in AEW, but it is a moment to get people talking.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It would be a big pop, that's for sure, I imagine. What's up, Greg? How you doing? Ivar's solo career is taking off pretty well. Good start. Where's Eric?
You can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at. That's a big old no 10-4.
Right. 2-1. Ivar top rope misses splash. I didn't think he missed that. It looked like he landed pretty good. Maybe I missaw.
No, you're fine. I just want to click on this just because I have a joke halfway go with it. Of Nick, maybe you need hooked on monkey phonics. It was the best of times. It was the blurst of times. Commercial break number 7.
KO
versus Willy Wonka's fucking chocolate factory. Seth fucking Rollins win here. Does mother know thou weareth her drapes?
Okay, for the third time, KO versus Ray for the U.S. title. Maybe. Maybe.
Sorry.
Is leading to the return of Big E? I hope so. We don't know, though. We haven't heard much about it in a long time.
But I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because guess what? When he returns, I want to be surprised.
Yeah, I like surprises, right? Like, I mean, I think that was part of the fun of Edge. Even though we kind of knew it was rumored and shit, we didn't really know what the outcome was until we got it.
Yeah, it was one of those. It's rumored heavily. It's all of that. But it's I said multiple times, I will not believe it till I see it. And by God, did we see it?
Mm-hmm.
And I still think it's great as we are on another commercial break. As he even mentioned, it would have felt weird of him coming out to something different, like the fact that they got Metalingus, that they got Alter Bridge, and because of the ties to Edge and everything, it fits so much. It is on par of when Cody showed up in AEW or in WWE.
Yeah, and
you really didn't think it was going to show up at that level.
You didn't think he was going to show up. You didn't think he was going to show up with his song. Some people really got mad about the idea of the song thing of like, what's the big deal? I don't give a fuck.
Apparently they got they're into, trademarks and everything. And, most people trade stocks. They're apparently trading fucking licensing deals and everything.
Yeah. Well, and I did notice Edge did take out some trademarks of his own, including Legend.
Can you trademark the word legends?
When you spell it wrong, yes. Back to Hooked on Phonics.
Oh, wait. What the fuck is that?
LEDGEND.
Well, no, I know I had it somewhere here. Oh, there we go. And filing for several trademarks. Iconolast, the Rogue, Cope. Yeah, he did fuck it up. Okay. I was like,
trademark it.
I know. I was looking at it now because I was like, I know I have this article pulled up somewhere, and he literally. I don't know if there's a Canadian fucking different spelling or anything like that.
Nope.
But we don't spell legend like that.
Right? No, I mean
it's with by God, it's Ledge. By God, it's Legend.
Everybody joked about Ledge, and now he's Legend.
Yeah.
Holy.
Moly. Are we just Austin Powers now? Just look at moly.
Right.
I want to chop it up and make guacamole.
Mole.
Dirty Mo. You have a dirty Mo.
I fear for Edge's life wrestling with AEW. It's not a bad fear. Not his life, his well-being.
But still, what is it in a human being that is innately negative on a situation?
The world is innately negative on situations.
Fair enough. Well, because that's the thing. Like we were talking earlier, there's some people out there that have just gone to the full aspect of like, remove him from the Hall of Fame. Like, are you special? Because I feel like you're probably special. Like, I feel like you might lick windows.
Yeah, I mean, lick windows. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I told you before. I mean, it's the same thing with the storytelling of like, yeah, I mean, technically Robert Munch was a storyteller, but he wasn't a novelist. So we got to pick our poison here. Edge's wrestling life, no, I don't think it's in danger. Again, you worry that because we've seen some issues. But again, I think Edge is a pretty smart guy. And I think one of the biggest benefits of Edge, here comes Seth.
Right.
Is the ability to make this a better booked show.
Is it so weird that Cole literally has to have like dual earpieces in right now? Like Hunter's on one side, Vince is on the other. Devil and Angel on one side.
Say it. No.
Say Seth fucking. Say go ahead. Say Seth. Say fucking Rollins like he groans. Go ahead. Say it.
Ivar is pretty good. Look, man, listen, I was a big fan. Ivar and Eric faced each other in Ring of Honor in the equivalent of the breakout tournament back then. And, you know, they were wicked. And when they became a team, they were undefeated everywhere they went. The WWE took that polish off of them, and it was just an outright decline ever since. It's hard to take them serious. I know Nick points that out often with them. No more Eric. I haven't heard that report yet.
No, not quite.
Daniel's saying that Big E will never wrestle again. I don't believe that has been reported, but I've never seen it.
I haven't seen that at all. I mean, I think he might be transitioning towards that way of just because even then it almost becomes the question of if he could, would he still want to do it knowing what could be the repercussions of one wrong move, one wrong thing?
Well, yeah, he's got to get
it's a fucked up and it's a scary thought to fucking think about, but it does happen.
Yeah, it definitely happens. You think you know me sounded like shit. I don't agree. I don't know why you think that.
I didn't even hear that part. I just heard on this day I see clearly.
So happy. There you go. Daniel's happy. Edge versus MJF. It could happen. Oh. Seth selling to Michael Cole. Why did they both
one and only Michael Cole?
Why do they both have microphones? That one's funny.
Edge versus Commander, Edge versus Gravity. Yeah.
Part of me did have that moment of like, oh, Edge versus Luchasaurus, but it ties into the story so much.
I do. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I do think that part of it is though he wants to be involved. He still wants to be a full-time competitor.
Mm-hmm.
And WWE was not gonna let him do that. They had no plans to work him in, they had nothing for him. And he's got that caveat that he can say, all right, so I'll go there and make them a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, you look at, again, what he wants to do. And if he felt like he could consistently wrestle and contribute to a wrestling show, the WWE knew that and didn't want to honor that. So, again, does that mean Edge is bad? No. Does Edge suck? No. Does everything he accomplished don't matter anymore? No. But Edge, at the end of the day, he's 49. The company behind him is growing, developing. The WWE is transitioning, bringing in younger talent.
We're over here wondering why Carmelo, why Braun, why Trick, all of that aren't getting moved up to the main roster, et cetera, et cetera. We're seeing people like Alba Fire and Isla Dawn that are sitting on the bench and everything like that. And then when you have guys like Edge who can still go and still wants to go, but there's no space. Like it's a system versus a homegrown product still, which again, going back to when we were talking about the releases and the future endeavors and the budget cuts and everything, how Tony had to throw his 2 cents in of, well, we're still a family-owned business here at, Con Wrestling Enterprises.
Yeah, and do you remember the collective of people that felt with Tony that, with Edge, when he came back and then they were in the Judgment Day and that got all kerfuffled, then he left, and then he was doing the off, rivalries with people, coming out doing a lot of monologues. There was a lot of fans that didn't like it anymore. They were like, we're kind of getting sick of Edge. Then he leaves and they're like, wait, what? Where'd he go?
Well, you had people that even didn't think that him ending his at this point his WWE run in Toronto in front of his hometown to Sheamus and everything like that was a proper send-off, that it wasn't warranted for a guy like Edge. It should have been bigger, it should have been bolder, it should have been a bigger thing, everything like that. I think that might have just really, between what Edge said in his press conference, the media scrum afterwards, and what we've seen now, I think that really just might have been where they were at on different sides of it. Of this is where we view you, and this is where he viewed himself.
Yep. And I think it's the same thing with Sasha, with Monet, right? Oh, I want that, and that main event spot. I want that main event money. And they said, no, we're not willing to give that to you. Sorry.
Can I make the asshole comment of the night and say, yeah, but no one views Sasha that way outside of Sasha?
Oh, well, there's a very large collection of Sasha marks out there, but I'm 100% in agreement with you.
Yeah, don't worry. You can have that. Not even what I'm mad at.
Yeah, I don't see it at all.
Nah, it doesn't work for me, dog. I'll be Rainy Jackson here. Doesn't work for me, dog.
So what is this, like Cole and Seth having a convo? Why didn't he just come out and give us a promo? Or at least that might.
I don't know, because Tony Schiavone, I mean, maybe he just needs someone to talk to instead of talk at. I don't know.
Right? Like, can we send wrestling bookers a tape of Mean Gene so they understand what the guy in the ring's supposed to do?
It's so fucking funny how you can make sure you tune in and watch, Luna talking about WrestleMania 5 there, or 100%. You'll see, the Mean Gene. Let me tell you something, Gene Mean. 100%. But yeah, I feel like if you're in a wrestling segment right now and you're not the one talking, no one knows what the fuck to do anymore. They're just like, what do I don't know what to do with my hands. Right? Everybody turns into Ricky Bobby.
Yeah. And again, what is the point of Cole being in the ring, standing there, like, watching this? I just wanted to get a closer view.
Like I said, it's like Schiavone of half the time it should be da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and cool. Well, clearly you're not talking to me, so let me just get my ass the fuck on out of here instead of just being distracting of just this awkward painting in the corner here.
Right. Tony Khan versus Vince McMahon, CM Punk, ref. There you go.
Well, at least that, though, he's at least going back to Cole of saying, so you want a reason, Cole, that's the best I got. I mean, granted, it was a fucking soliloquy, but still.
Oh, Seth Rollins.
Oh, I'm very sorry for what I did to AJ Styles.
Right? I'm tired of listening to this nonsense. I love it. I love this.
Anymore. I don't want you to come here anymore.
Right? Could Drew McIntyre turn at Fastlane? Listen, I wanted Drew McIntyre to return as a heel. Just straight up heel. No thinking about it. Just be a heel.
This is getting much more the twister tweener here.
Yeah, drawn out.
Is this still not the best Seth Rollins that we've gotten? Or sorry, it is also the best Seth Rollins, but the best Shinsuke Nakamura we've gotten.
Oh,
I'm gonna slide in behind him. You're gonna slide in behind him. Yep. But this is the best Shinsuke we've gotten since he's been in WWE as a heel.
Yeah. Yes, 100%. They're actually using him. And look, he's still on the screen talking. I love it. So as he's walking out, he's still talking shit.
The only other person to pull that off in WWE is Elias.
Yeah, amen. Mick Foley.
But that is real. That's a super cool visual of literally as he shows up, whoops his ass, and then it still plays to where Nakamura is basically saying, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Right?
If Nakamura doesn't win, where do you go? That's the thing, is that you're slowly booking yourself into a corner.
Yeah. You'd have to have a plan. Like, does Shinsuke turn his attention to Ciampa or Gunther? But he's a heel now, so
but then he has to win, but then you push Stable aside. That's the thing, is you got dominoes now.
Yeah. I 100% agree with you. And it's still talking. That is excellent shit.
But like I said, this is so fucking good. This is next level Nakamura, and he needs to win this.
Look, he's sitting in the chair just being an arrogant heel. 6, 7, 8.
But that's like I said, I got a tease. We all got a tease of this when he and he's teasing how he won't get up because he's going at his back, and how Seth's selling the back and he's stomping on it. But we got a tease of this of, like I said, I'm very sorry for what I did to AJ Styles.
Yeah. And you know what? Even right there in that moment, I think the best part of that is when he realized Seth is going to beat the 10 count. He literally rolled his eyes like, oh, fuck this guy, and lays another beating to him.
But this is so fucking good. Of like you even said of to where Nakamura is sitting there in the chair watching Seth struggle to get up as his own self is on the screen on a pre-record counting 7, 8, 9 as he won't. And now Nakamura's counting it out.
There you go. There you go. He got it.
I know on one hand it's the go home because, you know, he who celebrates on the go home loses at the pay-per-view, but god damn it, if you don't have Nakamura win this, what do you do with him?
Yeah. So right now, so far on Raw, in the time that we've been live, my 2 favorite parts of this show so far have been promos. And we got Ciampa, Gunther, and we got this.
Hey, it's almost like WrestleDream. The best thing on the show was a return.
There you go. There you go.
Or a debut, I should say. It wasn't even a return. I don't know. Was there ever a Sexton Hardcastle as All Elite?
I still want him to be Sexton Hardcastle for some reason.
That'll be his DLC in the Fight Forever that no one plays anymore.
Part 2 coming 2028.
Yeah, don't worry. Like I said, notice how you had everybody that was making content about that when it first came out, and no one plays that fucking game anymore.
Gilly saying, I agree, Nick. Nakamura is awesome. I also think Nakamura is awesome.
Fun fact, the actually currently only live wrestling show that I've been to, I actually got to go to my seats as Nakamura was coming out to take on AJ. So I got to walk out to Nakamura's entrance song. As we've got Becky showing up in the most haberdash fucking sling ever.
Yeah, this thing's unnecessary. You got a cut on your elbow.
Yeah, I got a boo-boo.
Oh, the boat. Oh, we got the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper is upon us.
We're going on a trip in our favorite plastic ship, shooting through the division. The fucking the boat is not the goat at all.
Okay. Natty still can't talk.
No, she can't emote because her fucking face is plastic. That's
Has
what
anybody,
it is.
Nick, have you seen the video for Green Day's basket case?
Not recently.
Go look it up. Natty gave me flashbacks to that video. Good stuff, Nakamura. That was amazing. All right, a lot of love for Shinsuke.
Yeah. As I've got Chelsea Green and Piper Niven coming out right now. This looks like when the fucking former head cheerleader gets cut off the fucking team and she starts hanging out with the fucking emo chick or like the fucking bully chick.
Nick, I think.
But no, I was just gonna say with Natty respect to Natty. I was a Natalia fan.
I never was.
We're seeing now is not Natalia. What we're seeing now is a plastic fucking flotation device floating throughout the WWE women's division for people lost in a storyline to fucking cling on to, like a pillow full of beer.
They call me the boat because we all float.
Right. We all float down here.
Right. This is good segment. A lot of love for that segment. I appreciate that people like that one. Really good. Seth needs to be reminded Terry Funk changed his mind about dying in the ring. Rest in peace, Terry. I'll let you have that. No idea where we're going with that.
What the fuck did you even just say?
He never changes his dream. It just sometimes things don't work out.
It was all a dream. I don't know.
I think Zappy's a friend of yours because I to see Nia Jax.
What?
Damien cash in on Seth. I think it's a possibility.
You still are a big tried and true believer on that because it's going to be a last man standing match that whoever is going to be the winner of it, that Damien cashes in and leaves winner.
Right. Chelsea is Alicia Fox.
No, she doesn't have a drinking problem, and she actually can wrestle.
I wasn't going there.
I can say it. I'll say it. The thoughts and opinions are those and those alone of Big Nick right there. But yeah, no, she can actually wrestle.
Yeah, as far as
name me in Alicia Fox's entire WWE career, probably more than I'll give you 5 singles matches that she actually had, and especially on a pay-per-view.
My guy sprinted down the road on this one. I think Zappy was just saying like the personality, the vibe she's giving off. I don't think.
You what, Zappy? Don't step to it.
That's how I took it. I was
No, not in my house.
Right? Like, yeah, no, I definitely. I would not make much more comparable outside of that kind of over the top, campy, whiny, complaining attitude. Very similar.
Well,
that's where the buck stops.
Not in my house.
Nick, did you even put the game in your console?
I had the digital version, and when I first got it on PlayStation, I actually had to disconnect my Wi-Fi so I could actually even play the game without it crashing. So yeah, about that.
No, mine's happily collecting dust. You can only pound the button so many times.
You got the physical copy. I at least got the digital copy. Which side note, I hate on a personal note that the digital copy now is still the full equivalent price, if not more than the equivalent price of the physical copy, when it takes less work to make the digital copy.
Yeah, I didn't like the price of it at all. It's not worth it.
No, it's at most a $20 game that they charged $80 to $90 for.
Right, Steve G. That's nothing uncommon in all companies and all wrestling. She won a #1 contenders match. A lot of times when somebody makes a big return, they get gifted something. She had to win a match to do it. She did it. I got no problem with it. Very common.
I'm glad that we're getting Tegan Nox actually featured back. That the A, she survived the budget cuts, and B, that we're starting to get her featured again. Because I thought after she was getting her knee slammed from Dakota in the War Games cage and everything, and that's the last really we saw of her. She popped up for a hot minute and then went away again. I thought that's it. We're done here.
Becky Lynch, I'll be on NXT tomorrow night. Like to hear that. And we will be here live for NXT.
Right. And do y'all think Randy Orton could return them? Return our copies of AW Fight Forever for us to GameStop?
What are we worried about here?
Maybe. If we ask him nicely, I think he could.
Could he actually return, dropping that last word? Sooner than later. I'd like to see him come back. Oh, Piper's here.
One could hope. Yeah, I told you she came out with Chelsea here.
Oh, I didn't even notice, but she's not even. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, is it a 2-on-1? Oh,
no.
Oh, she was asking for a high five. I thought it was a 2-on-1 here match.
Yeah, I got
Tegan for the win.
Kind of
Alicia.
Oh,
Tegan Nox for the win. Alicia Fox in crazy mode was fire. So you mean standard mode?
Yeah, I didn't like Alicia Fox.
I didn't mind her, and then it's just one of those of just she started just go sloppy jalopy. Chelsea and Alicia wear the same hat.
That's where the comparable ends.
That's the end of it. Cool. I wear the same hat as Ridge Holland. That doesn't make me Ridge Holland.
He's a brawling brute.
I'm a brawling brute. What?
Or a little butch. A big butch?
Whoa.
Cole had a point. Who said that? What? Chelsea not over the top, annoying BS. Not over the...
I was going to say, remember when we had the whole segment between Maria Kanellis and Alicia Fox over stomping on the hat that didn't break or didn't bend, didn't budge anything in the fucking Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
So, I think Chelsea Green's a bit above that at least.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the Nivens.
Plasticky, plasticky, plasticky. Someone call recycling.
Oh, wow. Tony Khan versus Vince McMahon got that one. Jeez, boy. Oh, boy, did AW strike out with Fight Forever. Yeah, just...
How has fucking Natalia turned into Dana Brooke with Kalani Jordan as she has with fucking Tegan Nox here of like, just, I'm going to show up and just clap.
The prettiest, the shiniest
wizard.
I love it. Let's go. Tegan needed the win. She's apparently still in line for a title. So
yeah, but it took her like 2 minutes. Like, what?
Yeah, a bit of a shite match.
A bit of a nothing. Like this is again where it gets weird. It's much like even with what was it? It was Dynamite, I believe, to where we had that promo segment between Jay White and MGF, and it felt it was filling time because Cole was shoot hurt and everything. Like it's one of those of you just don't know how to call shit on the fly, apparently.
At times, but we got Drew McIntyre coming out for Miz TV, folks. And again, I will remind you, if you haven't hit like, share, subscribe, do all the above, be a part of the family. We are growing by the minute, and I love this chat. We got 60 plus hanging out with us. Keep it coming, keep it lit, and we will get to as many comments as we can. Remember, we got the super chat, super stickers, and all that fun stuff. So don't miss out. Be a part of the show. And the best thing you could do for this channel is tell everybody you know where you get the best wrestling coverage going.
Often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. But and here comes the gatekeeper. As then again, he also follows the.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, he follows it up with for real. I can watch Natty all day. Well, are you watching her or her sister? Which one do you pay a subscription for?
Neither. Man.
Now, is it because they're Canadian and you're Canadian? It's like this weird, like I can't, cross-pollinate type thing.
We are always thrilled and very proud of our own, even if we don't, achieve what we need to achieve. We're just very proud. I mean, so actually, she gets a little bit of slack from me because she's Canadian.
Well, I was gonna say your country's probably bigger on like recycling and like fucking plastic removal and shit like that than we are, right?
very much so. Yeah.
Right. So 100%. That's why you're just like, there's too much flat. You're like, I know where you can get recycled.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, Natty's a Hall of Famer. Natty's got a legendary career in a lot of regards. She never got over with me. I never connected to Natty. She always felt like she's acting, even just back there and backstage. She's been in the company for what, 20 years? And when she talks, it sounds like an infomercial. Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening.
She's like what happens a bit, and I will give her credit because she's obviously a bit beyond that. Because 100%, she does have some talent to her and everything. Like I know we're joking and we're fucking poo-pooing and everything like that. There is still something there, but she's a bit of what comes at times when you're a second, third generation talent and everything. Yeah. You get all of the namesake and none of the charisma, none of the talent. You get all of the lineage and none of the talent.
Well, I mean, again, she had all the talent. Like, she had a Hall of Fame career.
I'm not saying her specifically, but you get what I'm saying.
I was
sorry.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, she's got all the talent. She's got something. I mean, again, I think she's done well. I just think she got to that point of her career, like a Dolph Ziggler. Can she get in the ring and give you a good match? Yeah. But does anybody want to see her as champion or challenge the champion or buy her as a threat? Probably not. Wow. 9.
Most Americans don't trust each other. Yeah. And no locked door in Canada. In fact, I grew up in an area to where we didn't lock doors.
Yeah, not nowadays.
And I was in the US. Imagine.
Yeah, that's an old fallacy. There's parts of Canada where people might leave the doors open here and there, but for the most part, you kind of got to be cautious. It's 2023, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's crackheads everywhere.
The world's gone crazy. It's time, as we got Bobby with sleep emoji, sleep emoji, sleep emoji. It's time for Miz TV, sleep emoji, sleep emoji. If Natty goes to AW, people will say she's the best. I think she could at least be a fucking anchor. Well, I mean, think though,
an anchor for the boat.
Boats, so buoy is the better term instead of anchor. A buoy for the AW Women's Division.
If they would listen to her, she could help. She's a great talent. She's a great trainer. Again, I just think like her prime is past her. And there's people like Rhea Ripley and Raquel.
She got Ronda Rousey to seem as a halfway passable, believable pro wrestler. So, I mean, fuck, that's fucking talent right there.
Amen. Oh, main event. We're back from commercial break, folks.
When did Saxton hit puberty and start to grow facial hair?
Right. Yeah, I guess working backstage, he's trying to grow out the facial hair.
It's hard out street. It's hard out here for a pimp. I'll throw hands with the Judgment Day anytime. Doesn't even look. I don't know if it's just the gray tinge, but almost with the blue hair and the blue fit and everything, it almost looks like he's halfway starting to dye and put a little bit of blue tinge in his beard there.
Right,
like just for men, just ooze for men.
And Byron just smiles like, "Oh, that was nice."
Someone talk to me.
Keep it Blaze 420. There were 2 questions there, but I broke them up. I asked if y'all think I could get a "Hey, we want some Bailey" chance. Yes, you could. And if Randy could possibly return at this Friday's SmackDown because it's an STL. Yeah.
I'll say yes to both, and I will give you a "Hey, Bailey." Ooh, I wanna know, will you be my girl?
Tegan wins. She won quite convincingly, quite easily. Alex is going for a nap. It was all a dream. I'm about to fall into another one.
It was all a dream. Natty will retire and book the women in NXT. Book it. She's a WWE 4-lifer. Yeah, and we thought that with Copeland. So,
yeah.
She's probably more of a 4-lifer.
Again, though, I mean, funny things happen. Like if her contract starts to come expired and the WWE looks at her and says, you know what, we're going to move you to a producer role. And she goes, I'm not ready to be a producer. I would like to still wrestle. Then Tony is an option.
No, she'd be back there with her hubby, Tyson Kidd.
No, I'm saying if she doesn't want that. Like Adam.
Oh, I know, but I mean, Let's be honest. Does that even look like she's the one that's going to really throw up a fight about some shit?
She looks like an absolute pain in the ass.
No, she looks like she will happily accept that paycheck. Thank you. And have a nice day.
Natty to Impact would be a lovely thing. I think a nice fit for Natty. It'd be fun.
She gets to sit there and just work backstage with hubby 100%.
Yeah, possible. If Natty goes to AEW, I've read that one. Awesome. I'm confused.
This is slowly just and awkwardly a bit setting up a feud between McIntyre and Miz to where Drew's just going to fucking claymore this man's fucking head off his shoulders.
I thought this was Miz TV. Did Drew come out before the host?
Yeah.
Okay.
As Thomas signing up for being a member for 3 months, my guy. Appreciate it. How's it going, KJ Nick? It's been a hot minute.
It's been a hot minute.
Here. That's been on you. You ain't been here. We've been here.
Yeah. Good to see you, Thomas. Thomas going, been a member for a long past 3 months. So it's nice to see you, man. I hope everything is going well.
Shut up, Miz.
I can see Drew and JD. Everybody keeps trying to shove other people. Like, I can see Jey Uso and JD. I mean, not everybody can be in the faction.
I don't know. You want to see Jey Uso and some eyeliner and some fucking purple bangs and everything.
Now, if they were teasing McIntyre being a heel last week and walking out on a baby face, feuding with the Miz is the last thing he needs. So is there a chance that they become friends?
Be awkward, but it's also, as we're getting a huge shut up Miz chant, because he who sets it up must go through it. But this is also the second week in a row that we're getting Drew McIntyre on Miz TV. So it's getting, I could see to where they could maybe go that way, or he just he becomes like his Dolph. Like, remember when Drew and Dolph were a thing? Yeah, he was kind of, the little underling there of like, you go and just beat him up, and then I'll come in and fucking claymore him in the face.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. And I think with Drew, I just want a little more of the Scottish psychopath, the guy that just says fuck it and comes in. He's so big and dominating when he wants to be. That's the Drew we need.
But that's why I think this is going to be more that it provokes the situation. It starts to, you spin me right round. It starts to turn him more towards that heel aspect. And we get that Scottish psychopath of, he's just a fucking mercenary that does not give a fuck. If you just got to have your head on a swivel because you don't know when you're going to get claymored. Much like how we had with Orton before, like we were talking about him, of you didn't ever know when you were going to get fucking RKO'd out of nowhere. You don't know when you're going to get claymored out of nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
We're on a match right here, right now. What?
So are we going to get Miz versus Drew at Fastlane?
Oh.
Speaking of
that, you heard me audibly shuddered right there. And I say, Gilly, you do have a point. What did Gilly say? The WWE lifer thing doesn't exist anymore. I show you Mark Calloway and raise you John Cena.
Yeah, but I mean, to his defense, I mean, we went through that phase. Like, Mark Calloway wasn't going to go to AEW when it first started. So, I mean, yeah, potentially Edge, Natty, like anybody is free game for Tony to poach at, even Goldberg.
Goldberg is not a
lifer. I get it, but I'm just saying anybody's on.
Oh, I know it does very much come into question, but it's also the same thing of an AEW for lifer. Yeah, it is very much up in the air as well, and that's what makes this shit interesting.
Yeah, like you talk about MJF sounds like a 4 lifer. Darby Allin, 100% a 4 lifer. Like, they even watched that meetup scrum last night. He's just like, everything is AEW, but we've seen shit changes.
Jade showed up. It seemed like a 4 lifer and said, you can have that. That ain't the one I'm mad at. And just went over to the other side.
And again, I mean, if you aren't being used or utilized, like, if you're someone like Wardlow, who did an interview a year ago, who was like, I'll never leave AEW, and then you spend a year sitting on the bench, maybe your mind changes.
Wardlow was trending when Jade was trending, because they were already anticipating that man was going when she went. Miz rolling up and doing chicken shit.
Serious question.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone give a shit about this?
No.
I'll wait. Yeah, right.
I like it because Drew's involved. Has Miz reached the Ziggler point to where you're not a misused talent, you're not an underused talent, you're fucking wallpaper at this point. Like, you just are there. Natty's reaching that point of you're just wallpaper. Like, you are just there. You exist to exist. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, again, yes. I think he's at the, and I think for a guy like Miz, he knows he's there. He knows he's there to enhance others. He knows what his role is, and I think he's okay with it. Certain people, like we just saw with Edge, it wasn't ready to say, yeah, I'm just a guy that pops in, once every 3 months, puts somebody over and moves on again. He wanted more than that. But I think the Miz likes that he does his TV shows and hangs out with his wife. And, I think he has other shit where, yeah, he's just literally.
He's now Nikki Bella. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Is Nikki Bella like that?
She was.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, she kind of was until they just said, you can have that. We ain't going to pay you that.
Right.
Miz is swinging above his pay grade. No, I think he's swinging above his in-ring caliber.
Do you feel like
this is what Miz, such a great heel.
Yes,
you can't deny it. He's a miserable prick, one way or the other.
He's absolutely a phenomenal heel. He's been a heel for a decade plus. He's outstanding. I just think, as much as he's a great heel, I want McIntyre beating up better than Miz. And I thought he was going to go heel.
Better is an interesting term. I would see newer, fresher, because that's the thing is Miz got the same, well, I get what you're saying, and I just got to say it. But because Miz got the reaction of Danielson and everything like that, just like how we all have great memories of Ziggler and everything like that. But towards the end, it was just like, like it just felt weakened and watered down and dummied down and everything. And that's where we're at with this of like, if it's doing almost a disservice more to Drew than it is a service to him. It's doing more of a service to Miz than it is to Drew of that Miz is involved with this.
Yeah, and I think that the Miz, again, I think every once in a while you need to sprinkle in like a feud that Miz wins and goes over as a heel. Then you're like, oh, maybe Miz beats so-and-so, but we know what the outcome of this is. We know that he's a gatekeeper.
Right.
Folks, we are in another commercial break, and actually I'm getting a commercial break for the NHL season coming soon, but we are rolling along.
Because Canada.
I'll be right back.
Fair enough. This man got excited. He got all, hot and bothered because he was getting advertised about hockey here as I'm getting it on. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. The nice little, not a commercial, but a commercial, I guess, on USA here. But 100%. So we've now got it set up to where we're later tonight still going to get Gunther versus Tommaso Ciampa for the IC title on the line. We're setting it up. It looks like potentially, I'm assuming probably Fastlane, probably pre-show. And I kind of hate that's probably going to be the pre-show. Oh no, we're going to get it tonight right now. Even out here in the suit, we're going to get Drew McIntyre versus the Miz, as the Miz is protesting because he's out here in his suit. And that's what I'm saying of Drew could be doing much better. And maybe we're still slow playing things because we've still got, as much as we've got Fastlane, we've still got Survivor Series, we've still got Rumble, we've still got WrestleMania, all of that. So we've still got to slow play some things here. Because I think that we're going to get some Drew versus Cody, some Drew versus Jay, of some Drew to where he's very much a little bit even more of that tweener babyface, probably is more of a heel than a babyface in the Raw locker room, especially since he's, walked out on a couple baby faces, getting beat up and everything. So I think this is a little bit of that tease of we're starting our way down that path, but at the same time, it's a little bit like, you're feeding some ducks some stale bread here of getting the Miz involved with this here. But so let me know your predictions if you want right now. We've got the Miz taking on Drew McIntyre as we're just about a quarter past here, the last hour of Monday Night Raw, or second hour, I should say, second hour of Monday Night Raw. Got Drew for the win, yeah. Nick, did Sheriff Bud Boomer text KJ Canadian beer sucks? What? Now, see, I will have at you, though, saying Canadian beer sucks, because 100% I grew up with mostly Canadian beer, and Canadian beer is far and away significantly better outside of, obviously, your local, brewery or something like that. Don't at me with that, because I got like 2 of them by me and everything. So 100% get your local breweries better than that. But if you're talking a fucking Molson, a Labatt, especially, I'm a big fan of Labatt LeBou. And also, if I want to just kind of have a sipping and chilling, a kind of heavier beer, Molson Triple X. But yeah, no, your standard Canadian beer, your off the shelf, your average Canadian beer, dummies, any U.S. beer, and I will go on record saying that 100%. We stronger beer. It sounds like you've had a few stronger beers for the way you said that, but I was out here helping you out and championing the cause here of hashtag not sponsored. But if Labatt or Molson wants to fucking sponsor us, 100%, my guy.
Did you miss a word when you read that? We got stronger beer, not we got beer.
Yes, I did miss a word. Thank you for letting me know. Angel on my shoulder. But this man got so upset about that. But yeah, no. Well, I was going to just say you got better beer. It doesn't need to be stronger. You just got better beer. As I've got Drew setting up for the Claymore, and he almost even looks like disappointed. He's got the one chanting now. Why is he grabbing the sword? What is he going to try and decapitate this man? Are we going to see an execution right now? What the fuck? So he like grabbed it and then just hands it over to the ref? Like, oh, you're going to distract the ref. A little cheeky heel move. Hey, okay. So he uses it. He hands it to the ref as he pulls the turnbuckle off and then dumps Miz in an exposed turnbuckle for the future shock DDT. So, okay. Very much a little bit of a cheeky heel turn there from Drew McIntyre. Anything is better than Bud Light right now. What? Well, yeah, that I've always, gone by the joke of that any sort of beer tasting competition, they use, Bud Light and all of that to wash out their fucking glasses with before they taste the actual beer. Been a member for 3 months, been a sub from day one, seeing the channel grow from single digits to 2.65K. Don't get to watch a lot due to work, but will always be a for lifer. 100%. 100% Tom has got a 2-sweet me on that. Appreciate you, my guy. Absolutely. I feel like I'm moving like a day late and $1 short here. But absolutely 100%. That's what we are all about, is just building a community, a little fucking commune, a little fucking safety space, a little happy space here for anybody and everybody when it comes to pro wrestling. 100%. Often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. 100%. We call it like it is, as we're getting a replay of Dom, and I still hate they keep calling him Dirty Dom, but we're getting a replay of Dom and Trick from No Mercy here, to where Trick won.
Speaking of calling it the way we see it.
What?
Yeah, Hi.
No, I was anger from House Laugh when I didn't clarify that. No, we have stronger beer, not we stronger beer.
Yeah, we were like,
when I missed
I was like, I think
on the wrong syllable.
One of us is like, too many.
Oh God, that's home. No, Daddy, no. I'm
I was gonna say, you read it, and I'm like, wait, I'm not the one that's had too much to drink. What are we doing? I got it right.
Show me the way to go home. Bum,
I'm tired and I want to go to bed.
Tired and I want to go to bed. I was all thrown off. I was like, I was just bringing up your fucking whole beer. Trick. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick.
Oh, tomorrow against Dirty Dom rematch.
But again, like we've said, if it's very much it's tying in the media rights. It's so weird of SmackDown moves independently, but now it's become Monday Night Raw and NXT are like a wholesale unit here.
Yeah, because combined they do the same number.
Yeah, true.
Drew listen, is this a surprise that Drew cheated against the heel? Is that how you
surprising the way he did it?
Right? You almost like he would get over for what he just did, not because it wasn't heelish.
Well, you would have thought he would have just, if he was the true babyface, he would have sat there and just 1, 2, Claymore, 1, 2, 3. Instead, he very much does the heelish tactic of distract the ref, boom, hits him off the exposed turnbuckle, future shock DDT 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but I'd rather him like rip the turnbuckle off. I don't get the sword thing; it's stupid. Stop it. But if you pulled the turnbuckle off against a Kofi Kingston or someone like that, maybe. But you did it against the Miz. People want to see the Miz get screwed.
Yeah, that is true. You did the heel turn on a heel. So what comes around is all around, Ricky.
Forrest Ciampa here.
I just kept running and running.
That's it, my guy. We're back in a commercial break. We're getting the setup for.
I love Johnny. Johnny was always nice to me.
I almost went into the whole spiel, but
Lieutenant KJ, you ain't got no legs.
I ain't got nothing below the chest.
You ain't got no legs. Ice cream, Lieutenant KJ. Ice cream.
When I was a beer drinker, I liked Molson. American beer. My fave was Ice House. I love every time you bring up Molson. It makes me smile every time you do it. Like
why is that not a Canadian beer? Have I been lied to?
No, I love that because like drinking like a triple X and shit is fucking hilarious. It's amazing.
Oh, explain then. Explain.
It's almost like the OE of Molson. Like it's the strong. No,
I don't. That's literally that's what my stepdad had in the fucking fridge all the time. Is the black bottle with the fucking Molson triple X. It's
like Maximum Ice.
Oh, okay. So it's like our Natty Daddy and shit like that.
Pause. What?
So we have natural ice and everything like that. That's below, like it's like the great value version of Bud Light, if that's even possibly a thing. And then you have a Natty Daddy, which is like the tall boy version, and it's like 8% plus. Yeah.
And I will just clarify for everybody in the chat. When I said the stronger beer thing, I put music notes. It's actually a song. We Got Stronger Beer, where we compare like football and.
Don't worry, I fucked up. It's even saying it, so I'm glad you clarified.
It's a song. Go check it out. It's funny. It's about the differences between Canada and the U.S.
I will say, fun fact: when I moved from upstate New York to New Hampshire, it became like within the first week of me moving, me and my former roommate and everything, it was like a fucking vision quest to try and find 30s of fucking Labatt Blue.
Labatt Blue. You're my boy.
That was our like Budweiser. That was our like frat party, like drinking, like casuals, like, beer pong quarters, fucking beer was Labatt Blue. It wasn't Budweiser or anything like that.
Right. It's funny.
Bubba Nick Shrimp.
I don't mind a Budweiser once in a while.
I would still take
it's like water
over fucking Bud any day.
It's like water.
Well, I joked about how Bud Light is used as, the fucking shit to clear out fucking tasting glasses at beer tasting competitions. And I get everybody's got their own local fucking brewery and everything. I got like 2 or 3 of them that right by me, but you can have that. We're talking mass produce.
Right. This is funny. Why doesn't AEW have replay for their pay-per-view? Bleacher motherfucker report.
Yup. Trust me, I almost feel like I would have been maybe more excited that they announced that they went to Max and be like, cool, so I don't have to spend like fucking $200 a week to watch these fucking pay-per-views and shit.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's go to Max. Let's get this done with. I'll pay whatever the monthly script is, but yeah, you keep lining up these pay-per-views, and I mean, to me, WrestleDream should have been $39.99, not $49.99 or $59, whatever the fuck it was.
$10.99. I'll take 100%. I'll take $19.99 for a Max subscription for the year than I will fucking $100 for the year when I'm sitting there or $100 for the month when I'm having to sit there and buy all in and all out back to back. Right. Yeah, absolutely. Well, AB or AJ. The one that said we were both the mayor of Buffalo. That's the best we can come over. We're the mayor of Buffalo, not anything else. We're just the mayor. Yeah, it's very much that area. It's like that Canadian beer, the Labatt, the Molson. That's our Budweiser, the Bud Light, all of that. Yeah.
Right now we get Cody Rhodes.
Anything. I grew up by a bar in my hometown that has Dollar Blue Nights.
Oh my God, those were the good nights.
Yeah, well, it's a college bar. Oh.
Those were the good days.
Speaking of somebody who looks like they belong in a college frat, Cody Rhodes coming out right now.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm with you.
It's so funny because on my screen, as you clicked on that comment of Alexis doing that, I have the whoa. I was like, that's her doing that. Whoa. No, you can't do that. That's racist. That's predators.
I was yawning, not fucking. Hey, how are you?
I thought you're doing that.
Dude, in our country,
Florida State University, you can't do that.
In this country today, it's Truth and Reconciliation Day in honor of the indigenous people of our country who have been yeah, I don't want to get into all of it, but yes.
No, you're fine. We just
call that came up
with us.
Yeah, 100%. I have way too many people close to me that would be mad about that behavior.
No, 100%. The same way.
I was yawning.
Oh my God. Molson Triple X or Molson Ice? Molson Triple X.
Yeah, fair enough.
Molson, I mean, Wildcat. I remember sitting in line for it was Trivium, In Flames, and Devil Driver in Montreal, and it's the drunkest I have ever been. Drinking 40s of Labatt Wildcat, and trust me, I did things I shouldn't have done in public, and everything like that before we even got into the show. But yeah, Canadian beer don't fuck around. That is the definition of fuck around and find out.
Hey, those tapes are going to be leaked soon, folks.
Bro.
Oh, Jackie Redmond, how you doing? Oh, thank you for coming, Cody. Come see Fastlane, says Cody Rhodes.
The fucking mayor of WrestleMania, the mayor of Wrestleville out here. Mayor McCheese just came out and just fucking said,
somebody kick him.
I love you people. Make sure you tune in to Fastlane. He really is. He's a fucking politician coming out right now.
He's becoming the fucking ShamWow guy of fucking WWE.
Billy Mays here for WWE Fastlane.
And that's not all.
Right. See, I told you. Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship match play. There you go. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus Finn and Damien, as we're getting Asuka versus Io versus Charlotte.
Interesting.
Charlotte's face looks a little bit like I might not turtle enough.
Okay.
Turtle Club here. Mm-hmm. Oh, and then the Woe versus Bobby and the Profits. 4-on-3 match. When you say it's a 6-man tag, how? You got 4 people on one side and 3 on the other.
Uh-huh.
No one can do math.
Not gonna lie, Pat McAfee's first NXT run And the PLEs being on Peacock brought me back to wrestling so much more affordable to see the culmination of a storyline. Yeah.
I don't know how to fully respond to that because on one hand, like I've talked to James because we both found each other. Like I've shared our stuff in like the Pat McAfee like fucking page and everything like that. So on one hand, I'm like, I respect Pat a lot, but at the same time, I'm like, well, hopefully we at least kept you there, my guy.
Right. Here comes Imperium as we're setting up this match now. All right, so not the main
event. Well, no, we've only got a half hour. This is going to be the main event.
Are we
half
still?
Hour?
Are we not getting Jay and Damian tonight?
Was it advertised?
Yeah.
Or was it talked about?
That's why it's below. It was on the thumbnail.
I don't work here. I don't work there. I work here.
You got the numbers, my guy.
I don't know. I fucked up. I said the wrong thing. I get it.
SmackDown getting bigger. Cody Rhodes' is main event. Jey Uso will be on SmackDown as well. Interesting.
Oh.
They're stacking the night before Fastlane.
Oh, as Curtis saying, commercial break number 11. Yeah, we're about to get it because we're getting up next. So shit, we're at the line right now.
Yeah, I'm fucked. It's over.
No, you took the over. Well, you took the push.
I took the push. So
you still got one. I'm out. I'm done here.
We're gonna
Speaking about.
I'm pissed. Oh my god. I don't know if this was a typo or not, but I'm gonna read it. Da Vinci cost Gunther the match, or what? We're back in commercial, by the way.
Moving on.
Wait, Jared was hard. Fuchsia tongue out.
Speaking of Gunther.
What's up, Dave? Priest versus Jay was canceled. Okay, there you go. Thank you. So this will be the main event. There you go. They're just canceling matches.
Right, just canceling right and left. And I don't know why I said that like I was singing in a fucking choir of
That one's for the Dazed and Confused fans out there. SmackDown got that one. Did you say it twice or did we just work backwards?
He said he had to say it twice.
Right. Rhea said in the opening that Damian wasn't medically cleared tonight. Oh, okay, I missed that. We were doing this. Okay. I missed that.
Fair enough.
I want to be Jade's first victim. Get in line.
I want to be where the people are.
I do not think.
I don't know. It's like no shit. Like I feel like that's a fucking long list. It's just everybody's got a fucking mommy dommy complex here. All right, maybe if we read more, we'll get a full sentence. Four. Hey, blame Nia Dom losing belts. Nope, we didn't finish the sentence there. That doesn't work. Let's go with the rest of the madcap. Announced earlier, Damon Priest wasn't cleared for. Okay. So we had one half and then the other half.
So they've been canceling shit left, right, and center tonight. All right.
Fair enough. We're at commercial break in number 11. So if you took the under like me, you're fucked.
Right. Yes, it is. It's definitely the main event. I can't imagine them squeezing anything else in. Maybe some angle, but as of right now, I mean, apparently.
As far as the match, this is the last match tonight.
Yeah, for sure. But folks, we are rolling along. Yes, we are in another commercial break, the 11th of the show. Make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe, get all our links below. Follow us everywhere. Join us on the Discord. Be a part of the family. Like Thomas said, he's been here from day one.
Been down since day one. I've been down since day one. But no, 100% I appreciate all of that. That's fantastic to see that shit. Of absolutely shit just keeps rolling.
So Edge is AEW now is broken, sucks in ambulance.
Doing now, are you how?
Yeah. Come again.
Right. Fucking why are we speaking in like fucking pig Latin and shit out here? Like broken English doing are you how?
So Edge is in AEW now. Edge
Don't
is
try to make sense. It's not gonna work.
They haven't. Well, I mean, if the implication is that because he is in AEW, he will be broken. Probably not.
No.
But as we got Otis, we got Maxine, and we got. Oh wow, he sounds so much like Angle there.
Bro, I've been saying this. He is mini Angle. He should have been instead of when we got My Black Son. My Black Son. We should have just gotten fucking Gable as the illegitimate child of Angle, because 100%, if you shave this man's head and give him some headgear, he's fucking Kurt Angle.
Yeah, he said, I haven't even begun to peak. So he's heading on his way out. So yeah, there's a big chance we're gonna get a triple
as
threat.
We're getting the Judgment Day on SmackDown, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna get a triple threat. At Fastlane.
Right. And next week we're getting Becky Lynch versus Tegan Nox, because injuries be damned, we're still gonna have this match.
Well,
and we're getting Viking rules match between Ivar and Kofi, because
this is another ring boat match.
Ivar just beat the shit out of Xavier, so why not, instead of having Eric and Kofi, we're just gonna have Ivar beat the shit out of Kofi too. So then when they have a tag match, it looks even dumber.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you, Nick. I really don't think that booking this, and again, I really don't much care for when they turn the ring into a mini boat and it's just a no DQ match. So just have a no DQ match.
Yeah, well, and then we never got Shayna versus Nia tonight. We're also gonna get allegedly Raquel versus Nia next week, which I'm sure we'll probably not get that at all. As I've got Tommaso Ciampa coming out right now.
Right. I love WWE Monday Night ads. Listen, man, it's probably the only time I see ads, because when we're not here, I don't watch commercials. So I like getting, a little refresher on what's cool out there.
If you're basing what's cool out there on ads, you're fucked.
I want to see what's going on in the world. Who's got a new sandwich? What's up? Right?
You're sucking it.
Pause.
Damien, will it be a banger? What? Oh, I like the build between Blair Davenport and Gigi.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of lost a little steam with me. Introducing the challenger. When Liv Morgan.
It's Samantha Johnson, right? That's the ring announcer.
Yes,
I know it's Samantha. I just can't remember her last name, but she's kind of really started to come into her. Or Samantha Irvin. There we go. Thank you. But she very much started to come into her own as the ring announcer for WWE. Like, you're even starting to see the videos to where you're sitting here, seeing her right beside the commentary table, and she perks up and, does the right emphasis on the right syllable for this competitor and that competitor and everything.
And she digs in. I know what's going to happen, but she digs in. Like, you really hear her. I don't know how she doesn't, tear that throat up when she.
Ricochet does that.
I knew it. I laughed. I thought before I even said it. I pre-paused. Dun, dun, dun.
When is Liv Morgan coming back? When she's healthy. Sorry, I mean, accurate. Tell me I'm wrong. Steve probably when Raquel flexes. No, that's every time a fucking angel gets their wings is when a buffalo gets their barbecue wings when Raquel flexes.
She comes. Buffalo gets its wings. Yeah, no, she comes back at Fastlane and helps Raquel take the title from Rhea. I just said it for him.
No. Rhea ain't losing that belt anytime soon, my guy. She just fucking was the general of Judgment Day there.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I literally smiled because I just said that to get that reaction.
Yeah, you can have that. You can have
that. Commentary said Eric is out for the foreseeable future. So very interesting that you're still building this Vikings rivalry. And did Valhalla get hurt too, or what?
Yeah, what the fuck? Like
a package deal?
What in the name of acne injury happened? Did a fucking anvil fall on his head? Did he fucking blow himself up with a fucking TNT going into a hole through a fucking tunnel that was just painted on there? Like, what happened here? How did he get hurt? What happened?
Idea. Got Gunther for the win. Yeah, folks, let us know who you're taking, who you think's going to win. I can't imagine Ciampa winning this. And that little segment we got with Gable, Nick, it makes me think that Triple Threat tie is on its way out.
Fair. Oh, yeah, 100%. You know, well, now you're just doing the Triple H. I am the game. Samantha Irvine, best in the business. Oh, I know CJ had, was all hot and bothered about her.
Very true.
She's an America's Got Talent competitor.
I didn't
Fair
know
enough.
that.
Well,
I did not know that.
Ricochet's making sure she got that talent. What?
Irvine got talent. Monday Night Raw stacking good matches for next week.
So you're already right now at the push, as we've got about 15 minutes left. Commercial breaks.
We're at the push. I'm screwed.
No, you're at the push. You still, as long as there's not another one. As long as there's no more DJ Khaled, there's not another one. You're good.
I don't know if we're gonna go for this amount of time, my guy. I'm kind of resigning on this one. I'll take a knee. I'm good. Run up the clock.
Oh, so you're gonna try and be the Jets quarterback? Is what you're saying?
Oh my God, no. Right. Come on now.
What comes around is all around.
Yeah, I like that. I want Ciampa to win, but how can you go against the ring general? It's almost impossible.
Yeah.
But if we have a triple threat at Fastlane, he loses. I'm calling it right now.
Well, yeah, he broke the honky tonk record. So at this point, it's the next kind of valid title defense. Like this is a title defense, but he's not losing tonight. We're not having him lose it to Ciampa to have Ciampa versus Gable at Fastlane.
Right.
No.
Well, am I wrong to say that if Gable gets back in this title picture, it has to be pull the trigger on it, or what the fuck are we doing?
Oh yeah, but that's what I'm saying of how this is a title match. Like he's not losing it tonight.
No,
but it's the next pay-per-view title defense.
Yeah.
God, count on it. He could be fighting fucking tissue paper. He's losing.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. What in the name of Loki is going on with the Raiders?
Or Chandler Jones, because that man is out there. That is fucking Marvin the Martian out there. He's on everything. I
love Marvin. Gunther for the win. Ja. That's the new one instead of ja.
Boy, Rastafari.
I think he was going more Austrian.
I don't know. Are we talking about John Moraine? Is that where we're going?
I was like, where are you faking it?
I'm faking.
Oh my. Does Rhea keep the championship till WrestleMania? Yeah, probably.
Me.
I can't see anyone taking her off her throne. Nick just said it.
What? I just said maybe. That's all I said.
No, when we were talking about Rhea, you were adamant that she is not going to lose that belt anytime soon.
Oh, no. She's the fucking tribal. She is the Roman Reigns of the women's division. Like, if we didn't have multiple titles across multiple brands, and we had a champion, we had a men's champion and a women's champion. Your men's champion is Roman Reigns. Your women's champion is Rhea Ripley. That's it. Shut up.
Gunther will win. He will win.
Yeah, do it.
That's better. Closer. For me, it's Lillian G. I love Lillian.
Until she fucking jumped off the ring and broke her fucking ankle.
Oh my god.
You found all the baritone in that voice.
Lillian, the bitch is falling down the stairs again.
All right. Linda, listen, I can't do nothing.
Yes, that's where WWE found Samantha Johnson. Her clip on AGT is available. There you go.
And our clips on Wrestling for Life Network are also available. So you go and check those out too. What?
Killing me, Smalls.
I'm trying.
Nick,
I'm trying.
This one, Nick, is Ciampa going to the chopper? Insert.
Yeah, going to the chopper. Yeah. Well, speaking of going to the chopper, I think I'm finally going to go to the chopper. Yeah, do it. Listen to me. Yeah.
Not leaving.
Before this man strangles me. Yeah.
Oh, fucking hilarious. My cheeks hurt. But yes, folks, we're going through this match right now. Ciampa is in trouble. Gunther's got his foot on his throat. And yeah, I don't think Ciampa's going to take this one. The setup with Gable in the back really kind of gives you a vibe there. So we are rolling along. Looking forward to Becky Lynch versus Tegan Nox for the NXT Women's Championship next week on Raw. Yeah, we were supposed to get it tonight. Unfortunately, we didn't. Again, Becky did get 14 stitches, so I imagine the idea of her possibly bursting those stitches is probably not good. So, yeah, next week, sign us up. It should be fun. And I like that we're getting a little more Tegan Nox. I like Tegan Nox. I think there's talent there. It's good. Bring on a nice new fresh baby face as Gunther with the Bulldog choke almost. Longer Roman Reigns continues to be world champion without defending said title. The more of a paperweight champ he becomes. This is silly contract deal. He is hurting him, not helping him. You know what? I don't disagree with parts of that. I was always an advocate of the fact of you shouldn't have your world champion on TV all the time or defending on TV all the time. You got to make the championship special, mean something, da-da-da. Very WWE, they've swung the pendulum too far. We haven't seen Roman in weeks, and I feel like it's negatively impacts SmackDown. It's had a negative impact on the product SmackDown's giving us, and it's less interesting. Yeah, I like Jimmy. Yeah, I like Solo, but without Roman, and again, you can't work him into like a vignette or maybe put him up on the monitor. You can't record something quick where he's just pops up on the monitor and gives this guy shit. You got to keep the champion somewhat relevant, and being completely absent outside of call Roman Reigns, to me, doesn't sufficiently help your brand. I want to see the belt around. I love what Seth has done. And when they gave out that new belt, I was one that felt that Seth Rollins could bring that belt to a new height, to a new level. And he has. I mean, we're talking about this great matchup between Shinsuke and Seth. We're not talking about Roman a whole lot, and he's the face of your brand. Like, it's like not starting your captain or your star player. I give him all the credit in the world. Wow, locked in the lapel lock. Technically, looking forward to Beth Phoenix dethroning Saraya. I'm all for it. Let's go, Steve G. You know what it's like. Well, I got a paycheck. Now I can get my wife a paycheck. We can get her sister a paycheck. We can get. Maybe the kids can get put on payroll. Let's go, Ciampa. But we're off to a good roll here, guys. I like the start of this match. And again, what's been a pretty lackluster Raw, I'm hoping this match continues to be good. As we get, the back body drop on the apron. Let Roman break Hogan's record before he loses his belt. Yeah, but if my math serves me correct, Larry, that's a ways away still. Like, he's not close enough to that record. I honestly think if he carries it for another year, if he goes much further than WrestleMania 40, it's going to be bad. And again, where we want to compare the two companies, it does make AEW a little more exciting with the potential of what could happen. Will Maxwell have that belt for another 2 years? I highly doubt it. I think there's a lot of competitors that can come in and battle him. But you see Maxwell a lot. I don't always love what we get, but we do see him. And again, Roman sitting at home for 2 months, it's hit and miss for me. SmackDown must be seen this Friday. It's stacked. The night before Fastlane. Folks, we will be here live for Fastlane and Collision on Saturday. Do not miss that. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be good. And make sure that you come for Friday. We got Rampage. We got SmackDown. And like Damian said, it's starting to stack up. So let's go. Steve G says, Larry, Roman will beat everyone's streak. The champ only defends his title like twice a year. I'd like to defend it. I used to defend this a lot more, Steve. I really did. I had a lot of feelings about, you got to understand, you can't have the champion shoved down your throat. It's too much. He's got to be there, right? We're not getting enough. And to me, SmackDown's been less interesting. It really has. Especially when Roman and the Bloodline carried so much of the story. Jimmy and Solo just don't hit the same way without Roman. Paul's great, but yeah, I agree. You need a little more from the guy. Like, this cushy deal blows my mind. He's not exactly Brock Lesnar, in my opinion. Ciampa getting chopped, of course. And we're back into another commercial break. Somebody said break number 11. Daniel, right there. But I think is it not break number 12? Either way, I'm screwed. He won't break Bruno's record. There's no way he'll break Bruno's record. I think that would take him to like 2028? Something ridiculous. He'll never break Bruno's. It's like 7 years. KJ, like KJ says, we wouldn't mind him being our champ, but he has to make appearances now and then, give us something. Yeah, like, again, even if it is something little, like maybe the Usos are in the back and, Roman pops up on the monitor, or the Usos, Jimmy and Solo, and Roman pops up and is giving them shit. Something small, something to remind us of who's on this show. And again, he's your belt holder, but to literally have him invisible for an extended period of time, to me, it hurts the overall product. If he's your number one guy, if he's your best, if he's the face of the company, doesn't the face of the company have to be there? I know none of us want to show up anywhere without our face, right? Like, come on, let's think about it. Commercial break number 12. So there you go. The push is over. If you took the over tonight, you win the time. Now we're getting a little package for Fastlane. Roman should make appearances at least. I agree with you, Larry. I'm right there with that. I mean, again, something. He doesn't have to wrestle. But again, giving him these long extended, I really can't beat it to death. But, it's no different. If Maxwell Jacob Freeman takes 2.5 months off, we don't hear him. We don't talk about him other than when someone's cutting a promo reminding us that he isn't there. It doesn't work. It doesn't. If you're a needle mover, show up to move the needle. Don't just move the needle once in a while. Then that wears off. That's a law of diminishing return. Roman Reigns returns next Friday. Wears off eventually. Right? At this point, there's people out there would rather see LA Knight than Roman Reigns with the belt. And there's a valid argument for it. I'd rather be stripped him of the title. No. I mean, I get what you're saying, Steve, but I'd rather him just work. Come back and work. Like, when Roman's involved, you can't deny what Roman has done, what Roman's persona is, how they've built him up. Him as the tribal chief has been outstanding. Just hit and miss. And again, he doesn't have to defend the title at every pay-per-view. You give Roman Reigns a tag match on a pay-per-view, I'm okay with that because your champion's still involved. It's a way to keep his belt. Hogan did it at times. Taker, you go through the list of former champions. They have tag matches or other matches to keep them busy when they're not, dealing with a top contender. It happens. I'm okay with that. But I want him to be present. Be present. And eventually this streak's got to come to an end. And again, if he's going to fight The Rock at WrestleMania 40, he's probably going to go into it with the belt and probably keep the belt. So that will be interesting. If he goes into WrestleMania 40 with the belt and he's taking on Cody, I got a feeling that that's the moment. But it can't go much longer. I sat live on YouTube 2 years ago and was like, there's no way he'll have the belt for WrestleMania 38. There's no way he'll have the belt for WrestleMania 39. Does Imbiran come out, then Gargano help Ciampa? I don't think so. It would be nice. I don't think that's what we're getting tonight. I feel like this was an impromptu match that, we had to move things around. Wow, big knee on Gunther. Ciampa firing up, guys. Gunther's chops is gong. Oh, they're ripple. They ripple right through you. But yeah, Ciampa working on the wrist. He said he was going to tap Gunther out. I agree. They shouldn't do with Roman what they did a couple years ago with Brock. I agree. Oh! Doesn't matter what hand Gunther uses. He's taking everybody out. Oh, wait. Willow's bell. Yeah, I would rather see LA Knight KJ a year or two ago. I agree with you about the bloodline. It now needs to end. Yeah, I mean, the question for me, and I'll put it out to everybody here tonight, if you get them back and then you find a way to reinvigorate it again, could you do it? I mean, I thought the bloodline story was a little stale, a little tired, and Sammy came along. Then I thought it was a little boring. I'm like, all right, we got through Sammy. Now what? They found some magic with the Jimmy J storyline. I really didn't like how the Jimmy J storyline unfolded. And now I'm just kind of like, okay. Like, again, John Cena and LA Knight taking on Solo and Jimmy. Am I that pumped about it? I think it'll be good. I just don't know if I love it. Jam in the corner, setting up Gunther, and eats a shotgun drop kick to the mouth. And that man is far too large and has far too large feet to throw those moves out there. Ciampa down in a heap, 2 count. Even if Roman has an easy win defending it, book it. I'm with you. And I mean common sense. So you bring him out, even if it's, bring him out, have him walk out, dominate, be the tribal chief, show that he's dominant, and have him leave again. And you can space that out. You need a presence, and I feel like Roman Reigns has lost his presence. And you guys have heard a lot of streams where me and Nick would absolutely trumpet, the Roman Reigns and what the bloodline was doing and how good it was and how it was the best thing in wrestling. It's not the best thing in wrestling anymore. That's interesting. What do you do? Oh, Gunther can't hit a powerbomb because of the wrist. Ciampa working out the champ. Yo, Tyler, how you doing? What if Brock shows up to fight Gunther at Fastlane? Listen, a lot of rumors. There's been a lot of rumors about Gunther versus Brock. I'd be really curious if it happens. Again, 2 big, beefy boys slapping meat for sure on that one, guys. I'd be all for Brock versus Gunther. Especially like cowboy having fun Brock against super serious Gunther. Works for me. Pillows. What? Pillows. Could you see Brock Lesnar challenge Gunther eventually? Like I just said, I think it would be really cool if it happened. I'd really like to see it. I really think there's potential there. A possibility of a very cool match, a very cool rivalry. 2 big boys. There you go. Ciampa going with the hooks. Eats a chop instead. Oh, my God. Suplex by the throat. When Cody does beat him, it won't be the same pop and vibe as it would have been last year. WWE dropped the ball with that decision, especially when you look back at Roman has been a no-show for months. I defended it at the time, and I still kind of do. The only thing I can say to counter that at all is the idea that if you can build it, you can make it happen, right? If you build it, they will come. And that's my take on it, Gilly, is that can they build it back up? I don't know. Like if Cody wins the Royal Rumble again, it has a little less of a snap to it. Oh, he's got him. He's got him. He's got him. No way. Oh, Gunther rolls up. We still got time on the clock. And Ciampa working out Gunther. I like it, folks. It's the only good, one of the best things we got on this show tonight. There's like 3 good things I liked, and this is one of them. And the other one also involved these two. Figure it out. Dun, dun, dun. Nakamura counted fast because he wanted the promo to end. He also wanted to get the 10, right? I liked what they did when he counted. When the count and Seth was going to stand to his feet, he rolled his eyes like, this guy. All right, I'm going to stomp him again. A hell of a match. I'm with you, gamer. Good match. We got something tonight. Finally, we got something. I'm very interested in Dragon Lee versus Austin Theory Friday night. Very intriguing, Damian. I'm with that as well. What does this mean? Is Dragon Lee getting closer to the main roster? We're seeing a lot of, a lot of swapping right now between the brands. So what does this mean for Dragon Lee? I know they're very high on him. They brought him in. He's one of the guys that, we do recall that Tony Khan was very upset when Dragon Lee signed with WWE. I'm curious to see what happens. Does he somehow get pulled into LWO? Does it tie into the Ray storyline? I think it does. So we will see. Oh, my God. Ciampa threw a series of chops and then just eats a couple, but comes right back at Gunther. This is a good Ciampa. This is a Ciampa we haven't had a lot of. Like that pit bull. He just won't relent. He won't stop as Gunther just fucking wasting him. Double power bomb or consecutive power bombs and into the choke. The Kachachame. I can't see Gunther versus Brock. It's like saying could a Great Dane beat a horse? Can't see Gunther versus Brock. It's like saying, Larry, I lost you at the end there. I don't know what the comparable is or who the Dane or the horse is. And Ciampa is out. I just saw Karen Jarrett. Where? Run! Oh, there we go. Back into the horse stable. Hell of a match. Surprise ending by my take. Great match. Yeah, no shit. If Cody wins the Rumble again, a lot of fan base is quickly going to leave him. Possibly, yes. Yeah, listen, if he's going to win the Rumble, he better go in 1 or 2. He's got to go in early. If he comes back out in the last 5 and just takes it, they screwed that up last year. And I know a lot of people were so excited about Cody. Again, 30, you coming in 30 and winning pisses me off. I'm with you, Boston. Again, Cody walks that fine line. And again, if you don't handle Cody properly, people do tire of him. Gunther just strangled that man out. Uh-oh. Could we get something here? Imperium laying boots, guys. Uh-oh. Are we going to get a return? You better not come in. Yeah, look, I just said that, Steve. I'm 100% with you, my guy. 100%. Ciampa needs to tap into his Kratos. I felt like he did tonight. Gunther walks out, so Gunther's not aware. Here we go! We got it! Finally! DIY has returned. Johnny is here. And I know this isn't Adam Copeland, but here we go. Johnny Gargano back in the house. Laying boots. Good pop for Johnny. And that's how we are going to go off the air. The last thing out of Michael Cole's mouth. DIY. Well, he said some other stuff now. Whew. There you go. Boston. There you go. Double super kick. Crowd pops. Let's fucking go. It looks like they were going to hug, but I went off the air. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your show. That is Raw. It may have been a bit of a sleeper. We had WrestleDream last night. I feel like we haven't woke up from it yet. But not a bad, not bad, not terrible. We got through it. Let me know, what is your rating out of 10 on tonight's Raw? How did you feel about this show? But I'm pretty pumped. DIY, called it. Yeah, I guess, you need a return of your own. So, yeah, DIY in the house. Ciampa loses. So, yeah, you can shift them now into tag team wrestling. Called it. Dragon Lee needs some tighter fitting trunks. Dave, I have no idea. I'll take your word for it. That would make him stand out more. Have you seen him? I don't know, man. Accusations. Johnny Wrestling is back in the house. Speaking of back in the house, Big Dog, good to see ya. Good news, I'm back home. I love to hear it, my guy. Thank you for letting us know. And I'm super glad you're feeling better. Love it. Gunther was the Great Dane and Brock was the horse. It's time to go to bed, big guy. DIY, absolutely. I said it earlier, KJ, absolutely. Ciampa loses this match and would lead to DIY. I think they were saving this for Fastlane. That's what I thought originally. Now we don't have an IC title match at Fastlane. So again, this night was a little bit of a surprise. We didn't get the Becky match. We didn't get the Jay match. So yeah, I mean, we get the IC title. Gunther's retains. What next? What next for Gunther, guys? But the big news, Johnny Gargano has returned and he is reunited with Tommaso Ciampa. DIY is back with us. 7.5 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Good call, Boston. Great call. 6 out of 10. DIY returns. Yeah, baby. We've been waiting for it. And then we started thinking maybe we won't get it. So I'm happy because I feel like since Johnny's been on the main roster, the love for Johnny got a little quiet. So this reinvigorates, I think, both men. And eventually it will lead to a very good rivalry between both men. I'm all for it. DIY reunion is huge. I'm with you, my guy. I like it. It cut off. Bullshit. Yeah, I wanted to see the hug. What happened? They'll be online. Don't worry, guys. Looked like they were going to double kick the... see, I got the double kick. I didn't get the hug. They did double kick, Larry. 7.5, says Damien. 7 out of 10 main event, along and ending. Alone and ending? Okay, gotcha. No off the air before the ending. That's how much WWE cares internally. Maybe shit just went long, JV. I don't know if it's a matter of care or not care, but again, it just is what it is. We got the gist of it, but not usually the way they go off the air is in the middle of something. 8.5 out of 10, says Bobby. Okay. I give Raw a solid 7 for a solid finish. All right. 7.75. You fucking cut off. It's insane. You get the reunion. Now, some people said they didn't get the kick. I got the kick, but then I didn't. They looked like they were going to hug, and it went off the air. DIY reunion. Hell yeah. Let's go. 7 out of 10 on the show, says CJ Brand. No cheer for Johnny Gargano. I thought there was a pretty good cheer. Was there not? I don't know, Paul. You let me know. 6 out of 10. ... 8 out of 10 for Mammy. All right, Larry. All right. See you tomorrow, Bobby. Thank you. And that's a good one. I will say last call on the chat. We'll make this closing a little quicker. It's been a long couple days, and bedtime is calling quick. But we'll see what else is said here right now. I think Becky versus Tegan and Fastlane. Well, they're going to fight next week, though, on Raw. So I don't think we're going to get that at Fastlane. They did announce it for Raw, my guy. Let's go DIY. Yes. DIY is back. Gunther versus Jey Uso. Maybe. But again, Jay's kind of playing around with the Judgment Day and Cody. I'm really curious. It sounds like Gable, I thought Gable was going to get involved tonight, and maybe we would get a triple threat. Surprised. 6 out of 10. I'm tired of seeing Imperium versus Gable and Otis. Every single week in one form or another. Again, Steve, you can't. I mean, again, I think they're trying to give some consistency in their storytelling. I admit, yes, we've had some stuff that I think the repetition is a problem when it's meaningless, if that's fair. And that's what I feel like the Imperium versus, but Chad still kind of staying in the picture. I don't know. I agree. It's a bit much. 7 out of 10. I think it would be a slow burn on DIY becoming DIY, though. I don't think Ciampa will trust Johnny fully yet. We'll find out. I mean, the show cut off, so we're not sure. They could have just hugged it out and everything's fine. Let's give the fans rumors, then tease them. Then they finally give you DIY when we go off the air. Well, we got there. 10 out of 10, even though no Bailey. Wow, Chris being aggressive. Imperium gets 4th. DIY and Alpha Academy join each other. Interesting. We do have Survivor Series coming up. Let's talk about it. Didn't Raw used to have an official runtime of 3? Not necessarily, Dave. It was sometimes hit and miss, and as of late, there's not a lot of run over on Raw. Not NXT is almost guaranteed to have one. SmackDown does a lot, or more times than it doesn't, I believe. Raw, to me, after 3 hours, if you can't fit it in the 3 hours, that's what's upsetting about DIY getting cut off. You had 3 goddamn hours to pull it off. 7.5, decent show. Okay. Triple H upset at what? I got Johnny's hand clap and then blackout. All right. Okay. I got the kick. They definitely popped Ludwig with the kick. And then Johnny fell off the ropes and it looked like they were coming back for the hug, but then it went off. I got competitive tag. Vince pulled the plug on that one, pal. Yeah. I don't think so. But we got it. At least we got it. We know it's there. We're going to get fan video. We'll be fine. I think it was just a misappropriation of time, not money, Vince. 7.5 out of 10, says John. But that's the part because of the Ciampa trust him. You get the DIY run, but this time it's Gargano. Oh, okay. I don't love Gargano as a heel. I didn't like the way. Show me the way to go home. Yep. 7.5 out of 10. Vince got that one. Good to see you, by the way. If they truly cared, both of them wouldn't be hanging out in catering. My feed got cut soon as Johnny started running down towards the ring. My feed lasted a little longer. So, again, I don't think it's an issue of, we don't care about it. We're going to throw this out in the main event, but we don't give a shit about it. Again, sometimes shit happens. 10 out of 10 Raw, because DIY return, reunite KJ, Big Nick, Gargano, fans since original NXT Black and Gold era. Yeah, I'm with you, John. It's a nice return. It really is. Alrighty then. Good night. KJ, thanks. Rest, buddy. Steve G, thank you for always being a part of the chat and being fun. Paul Carpenter, good to see you. No kick. Oh, you didn't get the kick. This is going to be funny. Everyone's going to be talking back and forth about what they missed. I'm very interested in what we get tomorrow night on NXT. Guys, we will be here live tomorrow for NXT. And I will say this, NXT's been on fire. We got lots to get into. The night is looking interesting. Dom is going to get his rematch for his belt. I'm really curious how that plays out. We will find out. I can't wait to cover that show. KJ White is actually saying I can't wait to do an NXT. Peace. Johnny Wrestling and Tommaso Ciampa versus Judgment Day for the gold. Eventually. I wanted KO and Sammy versus that, by the way. DIY, got it. Oh, and Loomis. There you go, add Loomis. Loomis is a guy that I either release him or do something with him. There you go. Ciampa may still have a shot at this. Don't count him out. They could have DIY and Imperium feud and a bit to have Gunther and Ciampa at the PLE. Yeah, I mean, he's not out of the mix. It was a great match. It was a really great match. My rating for the show was going to be a 6.5. I was going to give it a 6. I thought the show was a lot of nothing. I liked, 2 points for, or maybe 1 point for I liked the women's opening. I liked the Ciampa promo with Gunther. I like Shinsuke Seth. I like the main event and an extra 0.5 for DIY reuniting. But overall, I thought it was a very long kind of show. Hopefully they're good people for DIY to feud with. I think they're trying to build that. I do believe that they're trying to build depth. Now, they might not all be there yet, but they are working on depth for sure. Can you imagine Gunther versus Loomis, Larry? Man. Hey, listen, I love Loomis. I think he's a great character. I think he's a great wrestler. Sam Shaw is excellent. If you guys ever saw Loomis in NWA and elsewhere, the guy is great, but they got to use him. Night all. There you go. All right, folks. I'm going to pack it in. I know my buddy Nick usually does a big spiel here, but he's off in his slumber, resting up. But thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the show. Come back tomorrow. Be a part of all the streams. We watch more live wrestling than anyone else. We are the wrestling friends you can't get in your real life. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go check out all those links below. Thank you so much for being here. Until tomorrow, we'll see you on the flip side, folks. Good night.